people. Happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to a brand new episode of FREAKQUELS. I'm EJ Leeson, and with me, as always, the best host on the East Coast, Roy Calarasi. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I've earned that title.
Yeah, you have.
The reviews are in. Rave reviews.
Your mother is thrilled.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Oh, no.
Keep going.
So, next, of course, is the Podkeeper. The Goo to our Gaga, young Vince. What's up, baby?
I'm good, dude. How you doing? I'm more excited than usual. I'm very happy. We have two of my favorite people here.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I'm giddy, to say the least. For the pod listeners, we just celebrated a party for one of our previous guests. Mr. Jake Kelly is having a baby, so we had a diaper party for him at the restaurant. So I'm about 6 deep. Just keep that in mind throughout the show.
And you know, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why do you look at... No, I'm just kidding. No, what's going on? Your question.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, so it's a diaper party.
Yeah.
Why did you bring him a garbage bag of used diapers?
Well, I don't know how to answer that, but if you were a fucking wasp, watch out.
And introducing next, no stranger to the show, second-time guy, Kevin. What's up, bud?
Not much, man. How about you guys?
I'm psyched that you're here. I didn't even know until I walked in that you were going to be on the show.
We found him eating out of the garbage outside.
It wasn't the garbage full of used diapers.
I was just going to say it wasn't the used diapers. I
okay.
almost did. But
He was wearing a diaper.
I'm good. It's good. Still am.
He was
Still am.
That's good.
I'm like,
That's good.
Kevin, put down that dirty diaper and grab a mic.
And
before
you,
That's what I said.
and before you get to our other guests, well, let's just point out that we have a first time on the show. Kevin is here. He just wanted to pop in and just sit and watch the show. And I said, no. You're going to be on mic. Kevin has no idea what movie we're doing. He hasn't seen it or anything like that.
Nope.
But with that being said, move on to our next guest.
Yes. So, last but certainly not least.
Literally scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yes, that movie expert in two-time
Two-timer.
Joel Petitto.
Two-time.
Who you been talking to?
That two-time.
We know you were on in a podcast
we know
earlier
about
today.
All right. I've asked to be on other podcasts now,
No.
but you're my favorite.
How's it going, Boo?
It's going, boo.
Yeah.
How about
Two-time
you?
and son of a bitch.
Two-time and son of a bitch back already. I'm thrilled. I'm happy.
Guys, I heard he was on FREAKQUELS today.
Oh, man. That son of a
And to
bitch.
that I say bullshit, Joe Petitto.
You two-timer.
First off, after listening to your Shining podcast today while I was working.
And by that he means masturbating
Correct,
feverishly.
yes.
And I
because-
always have to do this, guys. This is not a visual show. Everybody's doing air quotes, but go ahead.
Thank you for telling that we were doing
Okay.
air quotes stuff.
Every episode, I'm just
all the
throwing
time.
out air
I have
quotes.
me too.
The whole
I know.
time I'm talking, I'm like air quote, air quote, air quote.
I'm happy to be here today.
What's up, baby?
But I almost bailed on you beautiful people because after listening to the Shining podcast about 5 hours now, I was spinning in my chair, Rory, as you said on that, because I cannot believe that my friends, you people, did not know that Tony Burton, Tony Duke Evers from Rocky Balboa, Apollo's trainer, was in The Shining.
I knew
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Rory knew.
I
Yes.
don't know.
You guys almost severed our
Man,
friendship.
I don't know shit.
man, we ain't found shit.
It hurt. It
Man,
fucking
I don't know
hurt.
shit.
It's okay. I've already messed with their brakes.
Oh, I know you did, and thanks for the shout out, knowing that I'd be spinning because I
know.
was. I almost lost my job today because of this.
And I'm so arrogant, assuming that you would have to be listening.
Of course I was.
Fair enough.
You were writing your arrogance.
No. It's a wave of arrogance.
It's a wave of
I
arrogance.
ride proudly.
So,
But I'm so happy to be back so soon.
We're happy to have you here,
I
man.
love being here with you guys. I love you
I was
guys.
saying this when I was editing your last episode. For those of you out there who remember the Psycho 2 episode, Joe graced us with his presence. And when I was editing it, it was a lot of fun to listen to.
Yeah.
You got a lot of great banter.
It was great. I loved it. I'm still waiting for the check in the mail. It hasn't come yet.
I'm just happy that you didn't report us to the
Vince,
authorities.
yours isn't
Yet.
coming in the mail.
Joe, me too. I'm still waiting for that fucking shit.
Yeah. Where's
Meanwhile,
the money?
EJ and I are wearing
Yeah.
suits made out of gold.
Dude.
I like
And I
the-
got rings on rings.
Yeah.
Did you guys buy matching Rolexes?
Yeah,
What is
we
the
did.
Yeah.
deal?
And I'm using $100 bills now for my toilet paper.
Yeah, $100 diapers.
$100 diapers. No, so guys, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
course,
Is there
brother.
any new movies you got to see lately?
Yes. Go ahead. No, you first, sir.
I got to see Wonka in the theaters with my children and my wife, and I did enjoy it. I know some people did not. And then at home, we watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which, again, not many people enjoyed, but I did.
Very
And
cool.
I heard that you saw 15 minutes of the movie that we're going to talk about today.
I most certainly did. And can I tell you, without exaggerating, it was the shittiest 15 minutes of a movie I've ever fucking seen in my entire life.
Oh, thank
I
you.
enjoy. Once you
Thank
got past those 15 minutes, it was good.
Are you still talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Low blow, Rory. Low blow.
Oh, shots were fired.
Wah, wah.
Yep.
We're sorry, Bob Iger.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
No, we're not.
I was gonna say no, you're not.
We are not.
We're never sorry when we bring up Bob Iger.
Oh, I forgot my quotation marks.
Oh, guys, look, we just got removed from Apple.
So, how about you, Joe? What did you see lately?
I've seen just about everything as I spent the entire weekend at Regal Cinemas. I saw International Space Station. I saw Night Swim. I saw The Book of Clarence. We're not going to talk about that. My God, what else did I see? Oh, Beekeeper. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great B movie.
What was your favorite out of all of those?
Probably ISS, probably the International Space Station one. I thought was the best one, yeah.
Who was in ISS?
Adriana Du Bois. And who is that again, EJ, that we were talking about? I apologize.
Pylu Abesk. He was on like Game of Thrones and Overlord. Phenomenal
He's
actor.
really good. He was really to me
yeah.
the highlight of the film.
So what?
Ghost in the Shell.
Why, out of all those movies, was that your favorite?
Apparently I'm in the minority. I got something out of it. I don't know. I just
You look
thought-
like a minority.
I know I do. I'm Italian. I don't know. There was just something about it that I really enjoyed. It was just the story and the way it was put together. It was suspenseful to me. It was like claustrophobic, and I just got stuff out of it that apparently nobody else did. I don't understand, but again, film's subjective. It is what it is. But it was really good.
Good.
Beekeeper was good though too. It's a good B movie. It's really good.
Is that a pun? The B movie thing?
No, it's actually a really
Okay.
good, like,
All right,
well
good.
done B movie from like the '80s. If that's what they were going for, they succeeded highly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory, how about you?
I saw American Fiction, which I think is one of the best movies.
We
of
talked about that.
2023.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got on that?
I thought American Fiction was like one of the best movies of 2023, and you guys will love it when you get around to seeing it. So then right after that, I went and saw Mean Girls. And
Mean Girls 2 or Mean Girls the musical?
Mean
What
Girls,
how
the
are we?
musical, good sir.
Mean
Okay.
Girls, the musical that we don't know why it exists.
Well, I will say this. I saw the trailer, and the trailer looked annoying. I saw the movie, and I think the cast and the music elevated what could have been a very pointless endeavor, but I thought it was enjoyable. I didn't hate it. I thought I was going to hate it. But at home, I watched Watership Down. 'Cause why not?
Fantastic.
Excellent
Yeah.
movie.
So good.
Sid and Nancy. But really the
Awesome.
thing I want to talk about, guys, real quick, we'll shout out. If you are not watching the show Ted, you are missing out.
Really?
I
Ted-
plan on watching
Dude, it is.
I
dude,
love the movie.
I was actually like, it hurt me. I was laughing so hard the other night.
Dude,
I
you gotta
can't
like a
wait.
show like that.
Dude, it's funny because I was like, oh no, they made a TED show because I thought it was gonna be terrible.
And then you got 15 minutes in, you're like, okay.
Dude, the kid that plays like young Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah.
like his relationship with Ted is
Was
like,
it Donnie
it's
Wahlberg?
so charming. No, yeah. They just put a
me,
a
Donnie.
baseball hat on him backwards and a big lollipop.
I packed my Kyle over here.
No, but it's worth watching, man. I have like I think 2 more episodes left, and I'm so bummed out.
How does it compare though to the film? I mean, it's
In some aspects, I think it might be better.
Really?
It's definitely better than 2.
okay.
Do they still talk about Flash Gordon? Because that's
There's the Flash Gordon, you know.
How could you get rid of that?
Yeah,
How could you
it's- oh, I love it
possibly
too.
get rid of
I
that?
just
I love that movie.
you'll really enjoy it. But how about you, EJ? What the fuck did you see?
Yo, you know what the fuck I saw?
What the fuck did you see?
I saw ISS.
down.
Thoughts
I
on
liked it.
He's with me on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I saw Founders Day. Can't wait to cover that on this show.
Cool. dicks.
Air quotes. And then
No. All right, for the listeners. Hold on, time out. Let me map this out. For the listeners at home, he mouthed to everyone in the room, "It fucking sucked." I believe. Was that correct or no? Did I?
that's
say the
correct.
okay.
That's actually very correct.
Okay.
Well, so would you say it's more like a Flounders Day?
Yeah, I would say it's like a shit bag. Completely useless to me. So it's like a bag of dicks. That's
Would you say that it's a garbage bag filled with used diapers?
used diapers. It's
Full of dicks?
Yeah. Yep. That's perfect.
Diaper
Thank you.
dicks.
Diaper
dicks.
dicks. No good for me.
It gave him,
Good for anyone.
it gave him a
Good for
rash.
me. And then I also saw Poor Things for the first time and I loved it. It was like one of my favorite movie experiences in a long time.
I agree with you, and also one of the best of 2023.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Do we feel that she's going to win the Academy Award?
I
Damn
hope
well better.
She does. Yeah, it's either her or Lily from Flowers.
Oh, those two up against each other?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought one was best supporting.
Yeah,
Lily
so,
Gladstone is a treasure.
I agree with you 100%.
so it's like...
So that's one of
I
those
don't
times where I'll be like, I'm happy if one of you twos win.
Yeah.
Used guy. Yeah, but this is Lily. She was
I know.
so good, dude.
We work at a restaurant called Three Jacks Burger Bar, and we have.
Where is that located?
It's in Dunmore, 233 East Drinker Street. Thank you for asking. 233 East Drinker Street, Dunmore, PA.
Basics done better.
Basics done better. $2 off wing bites on Thursday. $2 at Miller High Life bottles. But
And
that's
it's
not what I'm
currently
saying.
housing and letting us do our podcast.
Yes.
Oh,
This
in
is
Three Jack
actually
Studios.
Three Jack's second favorite podcast.
Second favorite. I love that. We have
Scream goals.
we have a bunch of gambling degenerates that are regulars here, and they talk all the time about like them wanting to pick Rory's brain on who they think is going to win, because I think last year that we were
I'm
just talking
always
about
right.
because Rory's always right. Like they want to bet on this because of Rory's knowledge.
And see,
So
what I would do, though, is I'd give them all the wrong answers.
Oh, 100%. I was just looking like I want in on this because I'm going to give them all the wrong answers.
What I would do is I would just give them all the wrong answers.
You would say,
I would
"Bet the house
leave,
on
and
it."
then I would look through the window, and they're all just pulling their hair out.
I lost my house.
But weird fact, their liquor sales spiked by day.
Yep.
skyrocket.
Vince is in here going, whoa.
John's just throwing money in the air in the back.
I got the Mr. Burns
there
fingers
goes your
going
liver.
constantly.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, I think. Anyway,
Maybe I finally get my check.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
EJ.
down for it. I'm just
Definitely.
inviting, I'm just
EJ,
inviting myself. I'll
Awesome
do it.
Rolex.
Thanks, man.
really-
Yeah, you'll definitely get your money.
air quotes.
So
That's a good idea, though, Vince.
Let's,
Wait.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
scumbags are getting a dime.
My family is starving.
Oh, good. So let's get into the episode, or the movie we're covering today is a classic, a holiday classic, nonetheless.
Sure.
My Bloody Valentine from 1981.
Yes.
Woo!
Fantastic.
Woo-hoo! So the film starts.
Wait, before you jump in,
Oh, okay.
the movie starts, and it looks like someone dropped the camera.
It does. I was like, is this?
a
this
hell
is
of
the
an
beginning?
angle.
Yeah. Best director.
Yeah.
I'm saying it now.
Very
Yes.
avant-garde filmmaking.
Yeah. So the film starts with a little bit of a drop of the camera, and we see a couple miners walking through the tunnels, and they stop at one point, and the one starts to undress, pulling down, pretty much everything down to her skivvies, and
Which is gross because she was a minor.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Scantily clad this entire movie.
yeah, this
very
whole thing.
And
We're gonna be talking
ironically,
a lot about
ironically
miners.
for an 80s slasher film, no nudity in this film.
there's
None.
so much. Are you kidding?
There
Wait.
was no,
Oh,
there was no nudity.
there was so much nudity.
There was no nudity.
Wait, was there nudity?
No.
No.
Oh no.
There's no
Okay,
nudity.
no. I'm thinking.
You're
about
thinking of Life.
Life Force.
Oh.
Which
Life
hey,
Force, yeah,
yeah.
that's.
hey
that has
kids,
nudity.
buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
It's
nudity.
coming.
There's no nudity, but the movie did win an Academy Award for slantiest movie.
Wait a minute. Are you seriously? There's no nudity.
There's no
in this?
nudity in this.
No?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. It's amazing.
You think?
I
at one
feel
point
like I
she
watched
takes
a
her-
different movie off.
She
now.
does take her top off, but it's like
It's-
from the back,
and
so
she
you
has
don't
her bra
see.
and still and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. This is
It's a,
tracking
there was,
for
yeah,
me
it's
now.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no nudity for an 80s
It's
movie.
awesome. And so then, as she's like going to take off the guy's mask, right? He's like, no, don't. He's like, nah, man. Right? And so she's like, oh, okay.
I think he actually said that. No, man.
nah, man. And so,
No, man.
she starts like stroking the tube and stuff.
Jacking
Yeah,
it
that's
off
what
is
they
the
call
term.
it.
Yeah, and it's really sensual. And eventually, he pushes her into his mining pickaxe.
pickaxe, yes.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah,
A pickaxe.
pickaxe, yeah.
Yeah. So he pushes her into it, and it goes right through her tattoo perfectly.
The heart.
Which the
little
heart was
heart
over
shapes.
the heart, ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it
thought
goes
was
into
cool.
the credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because literally that
Boom,
happens
title
because
screen.
it does that thing where it goes into her, she's screaming.
Yeah.
And the credits come up, and the style of the credits, the only thing I could think to myself was, God, I miss the 80s.
I know. I love how the little hearts are where the
Yeah,
O's.
it's just so charming.
It's great. And so then we
If
got
you find murder charming.
yeah. If you find murder and Valentine's Day and
They go hand in hand.
it's the perfect movie to watch.
Yeah,
for
they do.
Valentine's
I
Day.
agree.
Yeah,
You
this
want
or
to cuddle
Predator.
with your lover
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day?
right.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, or Predator. So the next scene starts with a bunch of miners changing shifts, and they're all like showering and
No. Let's talk about the shower scene.
Yeah, it's a really long shower scene.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
about all I
like
saw of it.
nonsense. That's all you saw it to?
That's as long as I lasted.
And then he was, wow. What's that now? You want to repeat that? You want to say
That's
that again?
enough material for me.
That's as long as I lasted,
That's
boys.
as long as he lasted.
Wait, when you say that's as long as you lasted, like, what do you mean exactly?
That's exactly what
I'm
he
married
means.
20 years, boys. It's as long as I lasted.
Hey, for the record,
Yeah.
I love how they went about casting some barely handsome men for this movie.
That looked like they were about
Excellent.
40 years
Yes.
old.
So
Yeah.
we find out
Yeah.
TJ is back, right?
TJ.
And we don't know where he's back from. They don't really.
West Coast.
Yeah, the West Coast.
He was
And,
out there.
Yeah, he was a
But-
failure out there. He had to come back to daddy.
He was
Yeah.
trying to discover himself.
Right.
As we all do.
And TJ kind of looks like Tony Curtis, but sounds like Regis Philbin.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hello, God, Axel, come on." And he-
I have a
oh God.
I have a similar kind of joke in my notes.
Shut up. What is it?
I
Is
said-
it Tony Curtis?
Let me find it. You know, I'm just gonna say it. It kind of looks like what would happen if you had Bill Hader and Bruce Campbell have a baby.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
Interesting.
Bruce Campbell and like the original Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Baby
Okay.
faced Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Young and
I can
fresh.
see that.
Like me.
Yeah.
See, I
Like
was
young
seeing,
Vince.
I was seeing like a Tony Curtis kind of thing,
Yeah,
right? From some like a
Well, the fact
yeah.
that you're disagreeing with me means that this show is over.
And he wears an ascot like nobody's business.
Oh, he
Was
was
he Alan
all
Grant?
about that
He
bandana.
rocks the ascot.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
Let me just go off on this because I really appreciated how he looked
Oh, we're getting a picture
throughout
after
this
this
entire
show.
this is going.
throughout this entire movie.
This is
I really
fantastic.
appreciated his whole aesthetic
Oh
because
my
we
God.
talked Robert Loggia
Yes.
in the last one.
Yeah.
We RIP'd his top 4 buttons, and let me just tell you, this guy looked amazing.
He did.
If you could pull off this look of a shirt,
Vince, you're pulling it
a
off.
button-down shirt with 4 buttons,
Mm-hmm.
chest hair blazing, and whatever this was with
Ascot.
the ascot.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
You're
It
rocking it
looked
too,
good.
buddy.
Vince,
It looked
You're bringing
good.
it. He's
Vince-
bringing it back.
so here's
Vince
the,
is
here's
bringing
the
it back.
problem what Vince just did. I mean, you people at home cannot see that because
They're not going to get it. But I didn't do
They
this. for
can't
them.
see it. But we're
It's
putting
very hot right now in
We're
this
putting a
building.
picture up.
Yeah.
After this is over.
Yeah.
Because literally, you spiked the ball. It's time to
You
go home.
did.
I
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. It,
Show's over, boys.
I can't even keep. I don't even know. You ruined it. It's done.
I'm gonna
over.
keep this going the entire episode
You-
because I didn't do this.
Vince, I can't even concentrate.
I didn't do this
right
for
now.
the listeners or anyone else. I just did this for EJ and Rory.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, I am wearing an ascot, which is made of my daughter's old shorts that I cut into an ascot and I have a blue shirt on, button down, with the top 4 buttons just gone. I cut them
Chest
off.
hair just out.
Chest hair ablazing.
And dude, you know what? I appreciate every
amazing.
minute of it.
And as usual, on Freakquels, no pants.
Each.
yes.
Are you also hot right now?
It's
don't know.
extremely hot in here.
I feel different. Oh, I know what it is.
That bump on the table. I know that. We know that. We know that sound.
Okay, so the next scene.
Stop licking your lips, EJ.
I can't help it. The guys are racing back to town, and everyone is pumped for the first Valentine's Day
As we
dance
are.
in 20 years. And how do I know that? Because they mention it every other sentence. But the town is all decked out with like decorations.
On a serious note, did
Yeah.
you love the little town? Because I thought the town was
did.
perfect.
How about
I
the
thought, like,
how
the
about
whole
the like
aesthetic is
country
awesome.
music score that was playing when they were driving into the town?
Well, they had seen Last House on the Left.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that scene? Last House on the Left.
Yes.
No.
It was-
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Next on Freakquels.
Yeah.
You're forgiven for wearing that ascot man and rocking. It's all good.
I'm loving it.
I love it.
But then
No,
we
but in all seriousness, I think the town was like
cute.
perfect.
Yeah, it was a perfect like aesthetic
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the scenario,
Yeah.
right?
It made me feel like I was in a small coal mining town.
Exactly.
Yeah, it reminded me of Chick Shinny.
There's a
My
term.
name's Scranton, PA.
There's a term I love to use all
Is
the
this
time.
where we plug Kristen Ritter?
No. I just,
A term I love to use all the time is quaint. It's very quaint.
I like that.
good-
yeah,
it's a good
that was
term,
quaint.
right?
No, that's perfect. Yeah,
Quaint little town.
yeah. So we see where
You saying quaint little town with that ascot? I don't know, man.
It works.
I'll welcome you into my dreams later, Don.
And apparently it was Nova Scotia.
Is it?
They filmed
Yeah.
it. Shooting of My Bloody Valentine took place in
my God.
1980, and it was in around
It's very Canadian.
Sydney
It's
Mines, Nova Scotia.
I knew it.
because those Canadian accents, and I'm bringing it up a lot
boat,
in my
a
notes.
boat.
They say a boot.
They do.
They say sorry. And it's like riddled.
I
with
noticed
Canadian
that too. 'Cause
accents.
every time it would happen, I'd jolt.
I was like, oh. He's like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, oh.
Like it
this
felt
is
like
very Canadian.
It felt more like Pittsburgh,
yeah,
but everybody had the "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. Yeah, I
What's
don't know
this
what that's a
all
boot. But this is when we meet Mabel and TJ's dad, who is the mayor, and TJ is starting to ridicule the guys decorating the hall, and gives 0 F's about like TJ and what TJ wants. He's like,
No one cares about TJ.
yeah.
No.
He's like, no, I want him back in the mines, like where he belongs. It's like,
Oh, I wrote that down. The dad says something. He's my son, and he's working in the mine.
that's where I want him.
And then right after that, I wrote, "Do something with that." I think I forgot to write a joke.
A joke.
Real quick thing before we blow past it. The guy with the air horn
Yeah.
proves to me every single time. Air horns are the funniest thing
Yes.
mankind has ever
Absolutely.
invented.
We have
And,
a friend named Airhorn.
We do. Air horn Jones. Just give him some love. And then there was a guy wearing some Lolita glasses.
Oh, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
that was a cool callback to, Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, you know, the Lolita glasses,
Yeah.
the miners.
Right.
Running around.
Yeah, I totally.
Everybody's favorite character is Hollis, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
Hands
no
down.
doubt. Yeah,
Hollis is the guy
No doubt.
for everyone. Okay.
absolutely.
Good.
Well, wait, that's your favorite character?
Oh, 100%.
My favorite
Not the
character.
guy I'm dressed up like, but Hollis.
I got a better one.
Couldn't quite get an
You
age
guys,
on Hollis.
you upset me. My favorite character is that stray dog that just runs
Runs
out
after
of
the car
nowhere
and almost got
chasing
run
the
over
truck.
Almost
by the
gets
car.
run
Yeah, almost
yeah,
run
almost
over.
got run over.
That dog
Yeah.
is just like
And he played it
the Lawrence. What?
perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Beautiful dog.
I mean, as far as like what the director wants from a dog, and again, people, you're not going to get this at any other podcast. Mice acting, dog acting,
Yeah.
cat acting, we have it here
Yeah.
on
on
Freakquels.
Freakquels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I thought the
fan-
dog was the killer the whole time. Shocked me.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
And
that be cool?
listeners, back me up. No one covers animals the way we do.
And why?
Back me up.
And why would they?
Why would they?
We love animals more than we like our listeners. We don't even like our listeners.
No, you hate our listeners.
We dare you to unsubscribe, motherfucker.
No, don't do that, please.
Do the opposite of that.
I'll tell you what. If you guys hang in there, we'll put up that photo of Vince and the ascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll have him take off the ascot, autograph it.
I
and
think
send
it's
it
gonna
to
be-
us.
Speaking of which,
Sell
this
it.
is around the time I'm going to plug our OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Just feet pics.
And we're selling
With
a
ascots.
calendar here at Three Jacks, and Vince will be on the cover.
On all the pages. Every month.
It literally says
Every
like
single month.
Every month a different ascot.
you will only last 3 jacks. Moving on.
So we see the mayor and the chief, they're going for a ride, and we get some, prime great acting from the mayor.
It was some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my
He
life.
finds a little poem and an actual heart inside the heart-shaped box. He's like, not again. It can't be happening again. And it's so dramatic.
Yes.
It was by far my favorite acting I've seen to date.
In a movie.
Well,
In a movie.
they
In
found
any
him
cinema.
at the little theater house.
Yeah, probably. But he crushes in this movie. He's my favorite character. Meanwhile, at the bar, the bartender is Knuckin' Futz reciting a poem and warning everyone about how the town's a curse, a death curse. It's a curse, a death curse.
He's the crazy Ralph.
I
Yeah.
loved him.
This movie.
He was great.
And then he
Are
goes.
you blowing past the knife finger thing?
No. I
I
do
wrote
have
that.
that.
Like, did James Cameron steal the knife through the fingers thing? If so, how embarrassing. Aliens is such a great movie.
Yes.
Vince. We're gonna do that
So
one day.
good.
I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
good.
Yeah, one day you'll know.
One day I'll
One
know.
day you'll know.
And you know what? You're gonna see Aliens, and I know you're gonna say, I think that's my favorite movie we've done.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
You will actually love Aliens.
Okay.
I'm not even joking.
It's
It's
fantastic.
phenomenal.
Wait, which one is a Fincher?
That's Alien 3. We don't
You
talk
will
about that.
not love Alien 3.
No. Even
But
David Fincher doesn't love Alien 3.
Artistically speaking, it's a gorgeous movie.
Okay.
But it's
moving
not.
on.
It's not his movie though. Really, it's the studios.
Yeah.
He's removed himself completely from it.
Hey, we're not
He
doing
did a good
Aliens
job
3.
with-
I know.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing Aliens 3. No.
Let's talk
Next
about
on
Aliens
Freakquels,
3.
Alien 3.
So the bartender then goes into the tragedy that happened 20 years ago, and about the 5 miners who get trapped in the mine, and they're buried alive, and why this is happening. The
priest did?
town partied. No, this is the bartender is like reciting this whole.
He gives
flashback.
what do you guys call it when
Exposition?
He gives a bunch of exposition during it, which I thought was really good.
And he talks about how like only one man survived, and a year later that guy. He gets out and he murders his bosses and puts their hearts in boxes. And
Wait.
meanwhile,
Wait.
a person
You
walks
gotta-
up and they're like, "Hey, can I just get my fucking drink now?" No, but what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I know
Go
that
ahead.
feeling. You kind of grazed over the fact
Yeah.
that he was trapped down there,
Yeah.
and when they
the
found
whole
him,
reason. Yeah.
he was fucking eating
in
Yeah.
everybody he was trapped
Yep.
down there with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was eating them, and then they put him into a mental institution. He gets out, and then he just goes.
And the
kills his
reason no
bosses.
one saved the group of 5 people that were down there was because they were attending a fucking Valentine's Day party.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Valentine's Day dance.
Yes.
So for 20
I
years,
would
they
like to
haven't done
see
it.
that dance.
I would have liked.
Sounds kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds bitchin'. So no one in the bar is taking it serious, thinking it's a stupid legend, and they try to break into song, but they do such a horrible job that Sarah gets up and just goes to the jukebox and starts to try to play a song. Meanwhile, she chats with TJ, who doesn't really seem interested in talking to her. He's like, "You blew your chance when I left town." And then she's like, "Well, you left town. Now I'm with Axel." He's like, "I don't care."
He doesn't care.
Next on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, that's the acting we're getting. So, and he's like, "I'm sorry about it, okay?" So the chief and the mayor chat, and they find out the heart is real, confirmed by one of the best medical examiners who asks all the right questions. Like, "Why do you guys have a loose heart?"
Who does it belong to? Why do you have it? We need to open an investigation as to who this heart belongs to. But he's just thrilled. He's like, hey, you know how often a human heart comes in here? Not that often.
Not
He's just
often.
excited to
I
be
wrote
there.
down
Yeah.
a line. I wrote down his line. It says, "Well, it's a human heart, all right." It's just like 7 years of
Medical
school.
examiner
Yeah.
of all time. He knows his shit.
My mother used to say, you have to realize that at some point, there's a doctor that graduates at the top of their class. But also keep in mind, there's a doctor that graduates at the bottom of their class.
And this guy is right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
No, he's way further down.
Yeah, he might not have finished the bottom.
The
of
fact
that
that he was so confident in verifying, yeah, this is a human heart.
Yeah.
I've seen one of these before.
And why do you guys have it in this box? It's like, why do you guys have this? It's like, oh yeah, we're just going around carrying hearts
Yeah,
and
we got
finding them. Yeah.
And then,
got it.
and
Don't
then
ask how.
Kurt Cobain walked in and said, I think I've got a good idea for a song.
So,
Music jokes.
Yeah.
so
Only here.
across town at the laundromat, the miner,
Mabel's laundromat.
Mabel's laundromat, the miner leaves a heart-shaped box on the counter, and then takes out the town decorator, poor Mabel.
Porn Mabel or poor Mabel?
Oh wait,
Yes.
now
Okay.
I'm interested. What? No, but
Porn Mabel.
Porn Mabel.
Speaking of porn, does Vince not look like a really shitty porn version of Fred from Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, he does. It's like, oh, I have a mystery for you.
That's what I was going for.
He's like, you want to take a ride in the mystery machine?
Like, get in the van.
This mystery machine.
And so,
All you people at home listening right now,
Scooby-Doo.
go on to the Facebook and follow us so you can see this picture of Vince.
It's a lot of chest
Glistening.
hair. Yeah.
oh, I love it.
We're talking like Burt Reynolds' 70s chest
When we
hair
take
going
this,
on
I'm
here.
going to do some push-ups before we do this.
We're
if
gonna,
I can.
We're gonna oil you up.
Yeah,
I wanna
we're in a
glisten.
restaurant. We have oil.
Do you have
do.
like butter
Yeah, we
in the
do.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's happening.
We're gonna.
It's happening, buddy.
The Willie. What's the Willie quote? When Skinner
Grease me up, woman.
grease me up, boys.
Meanwhile,
Freakquels, the greasiest podcast.
Wait, what does the lunch lady say?
Okie dokie.
okay, Dowkey. So meanwhile, three guys are trying to
Grease up, Vince.
heat up their microwave dinners, and this is Hollis. Hollis
Yes.
is like him and his two buddies. They're trying to heat
They're
up.
heating up food on a piece of foil on top of a car engine
Yes.
in a junkyard.
Yeah, in a junkyard.
So-
Great place to hang out.
Exactly. So if none of these women
Dum dums. Oh
these-
wait, sorry.
okay, no, you're fine. If none of these women
You're on fire tonight.
don't catch a UTI from all of the coal,
Right.
they're gonna die from some sort of foodborne illness
Salmonella.
from eating food directly cooked on a car engine.
Yeah. This scene officially.
These
like,
are very poor miners.
Right.
Very poor miners.
That and this scene really set up for me, at least, that this whole town is just full of like dum dums.
They don't
like
care.
they're all fucking stupid. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's just like everybody in this town.
It's everyone.
not the medical examiner.
When
Oh.
they after they got done cooking their food on the engine, I know that they just kind of picked up their bindles and put it over their
Stick and
shoulder
bindle?
and, yeah, and hitchhiked their way across America.
Yeah. And then,
Bunch of hobos.
Oh, by the way, a serious question.
yeah,
The town, Valentine Bluff.
yeah.
Is that what it's called?
yes, I think so.
Is that really the name of the town?
Valentine or Valentine's Bluff? Yeah,
Is that located anywhere near Halloween Town?
maybe.
That was my joke, and I went with it. Ba-dum-bum.
Wow.
And I do think we have to go back because I think you did skip over the alien knife hand.
Oh, well,
no,
yeah,
Did
he
we,
brought it
or-
up, so that's why I did
Oh,
it.
okay.
But
We're
yeah,
going
I
more
got it.
into that.
What do you got on that?
The prosthetics were terrible.
What, you don't think
Absolutely
those
terrible.
fake hands look convincing?
Not at all.
I don't think
No.
that plastic
No.
shitty made in a garage.
It was absolutely awful. Awful.
You know, like the
and if you
ketchup
also,
blood.
if you also notice when they were doing it, they were like showing them from just like their face angle, and they're going like this, but then they're going like they're not paying attention super fast, and then when they would show the actual hand, they were going more down, so you knew that this wasn't actually them doing it. It was awful editing, awful.
You know, they didn't even really need to show.
There was no point
No.
for it at all.
Could have
None.
just, you know.
They just like the camera angle of
yeah,
that.
it was yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah.
yeah. It didn't work for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel
didn't.
like...
You think James Cameron saw that and was like, I could do better?
You know what? And he did.
He did.
He was like, you know
did.
what? I'm going to have an android do it. So let's see how that goes.
God, Aliens is awesome.
It really
Vince,
is.
you're in for a
It
treat.
don't
truly
believe
is
you.
awesome. It's fantastic.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. So we see where Axel is kind of still hanging out.
By the
in-
way, real
in
quick,
the
I don't mean to
car.
cut you off.
Oh, yeah.
Mabel.
No, you do.
So with Mabel dying, and my notes are
Oh,
all-
correct.
Mabel got picked to go to the dance.
Yes, I like that.
Oh.
She got,
I like that.
you know, I'll leave.
I liked it. I loved it. So we see Axel. He's just chilling out in this, junkyard, hanging out in the car by himself. And then TJ comes, and then they just bust out the harmonica and start
just
playing
have a
with each
duel.
other.
You remember
Yeah.
those times we were up to
That's
Naples
real. I'm
doing
not
the
even
same thing
making
in the
that up.
junkyard?
What's that?
We were all up at the Naples junkyard doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just
Remember that?
hanging out,
Just
playing our
hanging out,
harmonicas
making
together.
food on
Yeah.
the engines and
On
playing the
engines,
harmonicas.
yeah.
He's like, hey,
You know what I
have
mean?
you heard
Remember?
of John Popper? It's like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, man. So they start breaking out the harmonica and they're playing versus each other, and then they start to argue about Sarah.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be cool after that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're bonding. We
Yeah.
got this. Look at us harmonica bros.
Look at us.
Yeah,
They're like
best friends
they're
now.
like turning into like Charlie Chaplin characters.
Hey, buddy. So then we have where the chief, he calls the mental hospital looking for the town legend murderer. And what's his name again?
Ray Harryhausen.
Harry Warden.
Harry
Warden.
Warden, the
Yes.
villain.
How can you forget with the beautiful song at the end, the ballad of Harry Warden?
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
right.
awesome.
It is. I got a little.
Yeah.
I got my notes here to go when we get to that, but there's some good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, TJ, who would have thought abandoning your girlfriend would end in disaster?
I know. Like, come on.
Hey, just
TJ.
leave her and never talk to her?
Especially
Why
on
would she be mad?
3,000 miles away.
Why
Yeah,
would
never.
she be mad at me?
Why could she possibly?
He came back with such a bad attitude about the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's
Who'd
like,
have
what,
thought?
you moved on?
Yeah.
What's
You
like,
moved on, Sarah? Why?
oh, you're,
I'm sorry.
and like, and Axel's supposed to be like the bad guy. I guess he is.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is a
Should I
caller
answer
we
it
have.
on air? No.
Yeah. No.
And I also love that they call him Tej
Yeah.
instead of
Yes.
TJ.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to call you Eej from now on.
People do. People have
Can
called
I
me-
have that?
Yeah.
Could that be one of my
Yeah,
things? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey.
No, some friends call me E, and I'm like, it's 2 letters. But yeah, call me E. That's fine.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Can I
Eej.
call you Jay?
Yeah, you can call me whatever the fuck you want, man.
You goddamn
Call me
right.
tonight.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice.
All right. So, call me Fever, and Rory knows about that story.
Fever.
Remember we went to a party, and they're like, hey, what's your name? And I went, everyone calls me Fever.
Was that the same party where we met that guy named Turbo?
I think so. It was like... It was at SJ's house or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Please
Yeah.
tell that story.
Oh, I don't know. We just went to this party, and I
It was
remember...
like a frat house.
Were you guys
No,
claiming
this
to be
was in
wrestlers?
Scranton.
Yeah, but it was like a frat party.
Yeah, there was.
And
like,
by the
all
way,
these people...
for everyone, before we even tell this story,
Were you claiming
we were
to be on
of
a
the
wrestling-
age where it's not sad?
right? Yeah,
Were,
yeah.
were you claiming to be on a wrestling team at
No,
this
no,
party?
no.
this is
That's
a
a different
different
frat
party.
party.
This is a different
No
story?
dog
And-
barking.
Okay.
No, I just remember Adam peed on like a Domino's box. or
Wait,
something.
what?
And
Wait, who?
yeah, but then I was introducing myself
no.
as
Fucking-
Fever.
no,
I was
stop.
like, yeah,
Which party was this? Was it one of the
Man.
trampoline parties?
I think it was a trampoline party.
Okay. I thought you were talking about that weird party that we went to, and the guy at like 3 a.m. walked in with the kilt, playing the bagpipes.
Oh yeah,
Remember
no,
that?
yeah, no, that wasn't that.
That
one.
was the guy.
Yeah.
What is happening? Back up. Back the fuck up.
Okay, so like,
You said, no.
Wait,
Time out.
wait.
20
I just
second
want to
time
explain
out.
something real quick to you. So let's put some context. You know, in movies when people take
I know movies, yeah.
When people take drugs for the first time and everything just starts happening erratically.
Okay.
That's our friendship.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of random
So-
shit.
That's
So
our life
basically, it's like
without
Fear
drugs.
Loathing in Las Vegas. Is
Yeah.
what you're trying to say? Okay.
Yeah.
So back up to Adam peeing on what?
a Domino's box.
Adam who?
Friend of the show.
Adam
And
Farley?
I'd plug all the time.
God, I can't wait for his wife and kids to hear this. Okay, so hit me with that. Go ahead.
So he did that.
Wait, first of all, Adam Farley, awesome guy, very nice. Met
Yeah.
him once. Beautiful family, adorable little children,
Yes.
very wholesome. Tell me the story about him pissing on a Domino's box.
He peed on a Domino's box.
And that's the story.
That's it.
Why? I don't know. He just did it, and then I remember just like going around and people would like ask us like our names and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, people call me Fever, and I was just like rolling with that the whole night.
All right,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Eej is gone. It's Fever from now on.
Yeah,
it's definitely Fever.
Yeah. And so then, yeah, it was just a weird party. It's kind of a blur. And here's the thing. I don't drink. I don't like smoke.
Really?
I don't do any drugs. Yeah.
So you created fever just on your own, totally not.
We
sober.
just do weird shit.
Yeah, I know that about
for
you
the
guys.
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We once remember like the ancient scroll.
Well, we don't have to talk about
We
that.
don't have to talk about
that's
that.
a different
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Are we going to save that one? Okay.
I don't know if
I don't know
ever
that.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
that's
All right. We'll save that for
that's
a
one of
few-
those things where it's like we make eye contact and it's like we shouldn't talk for a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
There's a court case. They're not supposed to speak about it in
we
public.
can't talk about the ancient scroll.
Things were signed.
They have NDAs.
Hey, shout out Carl Mills.
There's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we'll
just
just leave
love
it
how
alone.
we just go like we could just mention that word and we both know the whole night.
Yeah.
Like ancient scroll. Yep,
You're-
got
you
it.
slowly relive it in your heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our friendship is reduced to like sounds. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you know
You're
what
like,
that
you're
is.
like beep. I'm like, oh yeah, you
Oh,
goddamn
yeah.
right, beep.
Oh, that goddamn beep, yeah.
And then I went beep, 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 beep.
So yeah, we lived. We have crazy stories, I guess. You know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Moving
on. Meanwhile, while these
law
guys are
purposes.
doing that,
What a waste of time this was.
No. You guys think it was a waste of time. I thought it was exactly where we needed to be.
I'm like lightheaded right now from laughing.
So meanwhile, Sarah the next day is walking with her friend, and they're walking and chatting about boys, especially TJ and Axel,
Teej.
Sarah's booze. And then we see where the chief goes.
Wait, I like how she goes, wouldn't you like to have both of them? And she kind of gives like a...
Another one of those instances where you're like, was this written by a guy?
Yeah. 100%.
You check the credits, you're like, yeah, it was.
You see cigar smoke in the back. Yeah.
Have a jerk off the mask.
Jerk off the mask for me. Yeah.
Does it serve the story? I don't care.
So
All you need to know is I write the checks.
So the chief,
You know what this horror movie needs? Threesomes.
threesomes. And when he mentions it to the girl, she's like, yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah.
And then the audience is gonna go, yeah.
The audience is going to go, ew.
And most audiences said, no, please, don't.
I heard you hear some guy in the theater go, oh, that poor girl.
So the chief, he goes to Mabel's, and he finds her by literally sniffing for clues.
I love that. He
yeah,
like sniffs his pipe,
Yep.
which also I'd like to mention, great use of pipes in this movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, as far as movies go that we've watched,
Yeah.
the usage of pipes in this is fantastic. It's
Yeah,
top.
it actually was better than the adventures of Johnny McPiper,
Right.
which I told you someday we'd get to a point where we said, it's better.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Hard
good.
edit.
It's good. No, leave that in.
No.
Definitely leave that in.
Just real quick, I just want to put this in here. At this point in the movie, my cat Pumpkin tried crawling inside a plastic bag. I pulled him out because I didn't want him to suffocate.
Oh, he didn't even want to watch this.
So the cat wanted to kill itself.
That was his review.
He was like, you're like, Pumpkin, what do you think of the movie? He's like, open that bag for me.
I'm like, Pumpkin,
Don't open it.
Pumpkin, how'd you like the movie? You just see him slowly crawl inside.
I'd rather suffocate
I saw
in a
him
plastic bag.
bless himself.
Don't open it until I say something. He's like, I'm not saying shit. But so meanwhile,
Shout out, Pumpkin.
yeah. So the
Hey, Pumpkin.
chief of police. Oh, that's nice.
He's one of our listeners.
So the chief of police, he's literally sniffing for clues. So he's like sniffing his pipe. Then he goes around and he's like sniffing the upside down hearts.
Yes.
And he's like,
Is he sniffing the upside down hearts, or is he just looking at the upside down
I
hearts?
think he was
being
just
like,
looking at the
hey,
upside. Like,
what is
oh,
this?
yeah.
sniffs
Something's
one
wrong.
though.
Does he sniff one?
He
I don't
sniffs
recall
one.
it. Did he?
Yeah, he sniffs his pipe.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's weird that he
Oh,
did that.
no. I remember now. He pulls
The
one of
clothes
the-
out too.
No.
Of the
He
dry.
sniffed the clo- no.
Yeah,
I think he
sniffed the
pulls a
clothes,
heart
too.
off the wall and he
Oh,
sniffs
okay.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then he
Okay.
goes around.
Oh,
he opens
yes,
the one.
you're right,
He finds
yeah.
the clothes, and then
Yeah.
the one
Then
next
she
to it.
pops out. And Mabel
Yeah.
pops out.
He was
and she's
sniffing
like,
the clothes too. Yeah.
She wasn't
out.
tumbling, right? Because I feel like
No,
if
she was tumbling.
That'd be loud as fuck.
Well, I think
You
this
should
is
have known that. There's
Correct.
something.
Yeah, but because
Yeah.
when he opens it, I mean, she's still going.
Is she
actually.
going? I thought her head
Yeah.
just kind of falls
No,
out
she
at
was
some
still
point.
going. It was.
Okay.
You're 100% right.
And his face, his reaction to it is like unbelievable. It was like better than most like scream queens. He was
Yes.
like, and it does like that weird zoom in. On
EJ
his
was
face.
just plastered against the wall, which was a beautiful visual. Also, the practical
You
on
rock,
that,
Fever.
Yeah, thank you.
You legend.
Thank you, baby.
rock, Fever.
the practical on that of the head falling out, I thought,
Yeah.
and it was only a second of a visual. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it
I
looked
thought it
awesome.
looked good. It wasn't cheesy or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few. I know, like the rubber hand and
Yeah,
in the
and
bar.
even the arm that he was eating was just
Yeah.
a terrible,
Yeah, you're just
terrible
like,
prosthetic.
I think
yeah.
I bought that at Spencer's.
Seriously, back in
years
the
ago.
day.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
There's still like a tag on it.
Yeah. I think the one
Spencer's
it
gift.
might actually have the tag on it. Yeah.
Guys, take the fucking.
The budget
tag
was
off.
so
Take
low,
the
we had to
fucking
take it back.
tag off.
No, but like for a body to fall out of the dryer like that, it looked really good. I've
Yeah.
seen it. I know. So yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the
come
mine,
back to
tensions start to rise between TJ and Axel, and to the point where they're almost like fighting.
This was after the harmonica battle.
Right.
They like get into it, and I love when someone gets so upset that they just slam their hand on top of a car.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so that
It's
guy's
good.
angry. You
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
could feel that anger.
Axel, oh,
Yeah.
look at him. He's just. Like, that's what I'm talking
Soak
about.
it in.
Man.
Just soak it in.
So at Mabel's, the mayor shows up, and so the mayor and the chief, they're discussing Harry and decide to cover up Mabel's murder. They're like, Mabel Osborne died from a heart attack. You got that? And I'm like, wow, this is great police work.
We're just gonna lie to the community about this.
Yeah. I was like, cool. All right.
And like when they get to the where the kids are trying to set up and get ready for the dance, like,
Yes.
you could easily explain to them like, "Hey, you know Mabel, she's
was
dead.
murdered.
She was murdered.
Stay
We
home."
have to cancel
Yep.
this party because she's dead."
Yep.
And the cop's like, "No. I'm gonna do what most cops do. We're gonna lie."
It really was a bad call.
Yeah,
Literally, if you go up to people, like, you know that woman that we all just love.
Yeah.
In our small town.
Yes.
Where there's like
Decorated
apparently
the whole
5
town.
people.
Yeah.
She got murdered.
Yeah.
In their defense, though, we don't know Nova Scotia law.
That's true.
I mean,
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about.
we don't know
We,
it. I mean,
yeah,
it
we
could
don't know
be
what their
different
laws
there.
are about.
I don't know what their
Beat
laws
me to
are.
it, you son of a bitch. Beat me to it. God
There
damn it.
before Vince did.
God damn it.
So the chief, he goes around and he's telling people the dance is canceled and there's no parties in the junkyard either.
Oh no, it's Footloose.
Yeah. Rin McCormick, stay out of here. We don't want you or Willard coming around, dancing, striking up a little dance prom. You guys get out of here.
Are we at the point where they're discussing how they can't have the party and they're in the bar and what's her name Sarah goes up to the jukebox to play a song and she's talking with Axel? Are we there yet? I don't know.
No.
Okay,
so-
go ahead. Then just keep going. Don't even listen to what I was saying.
So
I don't know.
TJ, he picks up Sarah and takes her to the best spot in town.
And yes, before you go any further.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got to get to my notes on this. We're talking about a 1968 Chevrolet SS Camaro.
Yes.
This is by far the most beautiful car that we've ever had in any movie we've done so far. This thing, and you guys might not know that because I don't expect you to, this thing is fucking pristine. This is, hands down, this thing was a classic in 1968. It was a classic in 1988. It's a classic in 2008, and it's going to be a classic in 2028. This is hands down one of the most beautiful cars that's ever been in a movie.
Wait until we cover Herbie Fully Loaded.
Yeah, man, we had the Ecto 1 on this.
Yeah, go
okay?
fuck yourself, Vince.
And that's another thing. There was a beautiful bug in this one too.
Yeah.
The cars in this movie were insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were actually...
There was I think a Ford F100 series that was also beautiful.
yeah, but there was a 4. Yeah.
Yeah. The cars in this are
Yeah,
insane.
the cars were the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a
One of my
question?
favorite
Honestly,
characters.
yeah.
So in this scene,
Yes.
right? So that sappy music that's playing, did he
loved it.
crank that
Yeah, he
inside of
turned
his
it up.
car to set a mood?
Yeah, that's what he was doing. You know
Yeah.
that. You know that. You
I
know
was
that move.
wondering that. So during this scene, I'm going to hijack a little bit of what you do kind of explaining the scene.
Yeah.
As they're like walking and they're having like their sappy dialogue back and forth, I stopped and said to myself, Christ, did someone splice a scene from Days of Our Lives into a slasher movie? What the fuck?
Was this the beach scene?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I do want to touch on this.
Okay,
So,
go ahead. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Fucking, where's Deidre Hall?
So TJ takes Sarah to
Their
the
spot.
hottest spot in town.
Their spot.
And he's like, remember this
you
spot?
remember?
And she's like,
Yeah.
of course I remember this spot. That's actually dialogue in this movie.
Yep. They wasted a script page.
Yeah,
was
they're
gonna
like, do you remember the spot? Yeah,
Of course I
remember this spot.
You remember this spot? Of course I remember
This is
this
the
spot. I'm
hottest
fucking standing here on the spot asking you if you remember the spot.
Fucking remember this spot.
Oh, we should remake this movie again.
And call it the spot.
The spot.
And it
just
all
do
takes
that
place
scene
right
over
there.
and over.
Yeah.
So we talk about this every so often when we do this podcast. That entire scene could have been cut out of the movie.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
There was no need for it.
Yeah.
Right, or no?
That was
Am
just
I
showing
wrong?
I
beautiful
feel
Nova
like-
Scotia.
Wait.
Okay.
No.
And if you saw, I was looking at you
Okay.
when I said that.
Yeah. No, there's a perfectly good reason to have this scene in the movie. It's just so that you could have a hard-on over that car.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly.
no, but this is
It
the
was
point
beautiful.
fully
It
really
had,
was, yeah.
So it had the wide stance on the
Yeah.
rear wheels.
Yeah.
And a little bit thicker of a tire on the rear wheel,
I
which
know
is just
all
that.
everything you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway,
No, you explaining this car wearing that ascot, you remind me of that uncle that I'm not allowed to see.
Uncle Donnie.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
he ever play
Why-
with you? Where's the remote? Where he hides the remote in his pants and you have to find it. Go ahead, EJ.
Thanks
I'm
for
sorry.
calling me out on
It's
frequels.
fever.
Hit me, Fever.
Yeah.
Fever.
So TJ whines to Sarah that he wants her back, and he apologizes in his thick Canadian accent. He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry." And I was moved. It moved me.
She's like, let's go
To
to
the
the
mall.
mall. We're sued.
We're sued. So at the bar, the bartender is bragging about Mabel's death, calling it a heart attack, and that's BS. And he was like, going on and on.
And here's
But-
where I'm going to interject for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you notice behind the people, the kids that were sitting there, for some unknown reason in this public bar, they had Playboy Centerfold pictures behind them.
Hey,
for
buddy.
no reason.
Fucking, that was the 80s.
It was the 80s, but
That
there was your nudity, I guess, but it was literally like just lining the wall.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking of something else too.
If you were the chief of police, I'd be looking into this fucking guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I was just thinking. I'm like, their lie, not really a lie. It technically was a heart attack.
Oh, that's true.
So they're like getting a little wordy.
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
we'll say it was a heart attack, and doing the finger thing.
Yeah, the
quotey
finger- air
fingers.
So it was a
Yeah.
heart attack from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Ah! Like
Yeah.
that.
There you go, Joe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing in.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thanks for bringing in Star Wars.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah, so everyone at the bar...
From a
they're-
certain point of view. Fuck you, Ben Kenobi. That should have been the next line in that scene. Wait. Ben Kenobi, let's back up for a second. A certain point of view. I only have a little bit more ghost time to sit here with you. I'm a ghost sitting on a log.
So
Let's not go there because now you have me going on this. Now we're going to forget about this and go into how does a ghost sit on a log.
I know, that's just the
It
question.
just doesn't
I'm
work.
pretty sure he's wearing like slippers.
I think he was at this point, and he's kind of like when he said, "Like, oh god, like just, I can't
I
stand
don't
it."
want to do this shit
Yeah.
unless I get to be comfortable.
Exactly.
So TJ and the gang are at the bar, and they decide, hey, let's throw a party in the mine, paying like no attention to the bartender's warnings. So then later on, this demented bartender tries to set up a trap to scare the kids by hiding a dummy that springs out. And
He's having a great time with
and
that.
the bartender, for
He
context,
actually does it like 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
And for context, he's really channeling Burgess Meredith, laughing like the penguin. He's like, and I'm like, Jesus. And so he tries it, like, no joke, 4 times. He's like opening it, he laughs, he closes it, then he opens it again, he's laughing, he closes it, opens again,
And
laughs,
you know.
and then
You
closes
know at
it.
that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he never got married.
And on the last one, the real murderer is inside and kills him. And it's probably one of the craziest kills in the movie because he like hits him below the jawline and the pickaxe like knocks out his eyeball. It's a really like gruesome kill. Yeah, it was awesome.
The version we all saw too. If you notice, like the quality of it went down at certain parts. Those are the extra cut scenes that they couldn't put in back then that they found to put back in like about 3 minutes, I believe.
They did that with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah,
it was some of the footage was like a little degraded.
Yeah,
is that the Santa one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I made a comment on that. And was like, if I feel like there's like a film over it, or it looks like blurry, and
they found the actual cut footage because the MPAA used to be a nightmare with horror films.
Yeah, awful.
They hacked everything out.
Yeah,
and then they dug up the footage years later, and they're like, "Hey, fuck it, let's put it in the movie." And
I think I remember saying like, I feel like this is out of a different movie.
Yeah, they just don't want to. It's not worth spending the money to.
Yeah,
redo those scenes in high def, so they just throw it in there.
Hey, EJ, did you see the footage they dug up for?
Please refer to him as Fever.
No.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Really?
You should look it up.
Yeah, I have to look it. I haven't seen it actually. So unless I did, but I don't think so.
Yeah, we gotta do Friday 13th Part 2 sometime.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did they put that stuff on that box set, the Blu-ray box set? It's all on that. The
best
is that what
goddamn money I ever spent. Was
you
that
bought
thing.
that?
Yeah, dude. I was like,
do you have the limited edition one?
I got yeah.
Oh,
dude,
man,
I was like,
dude, that's sold
sweating.
out.
Waiting for that thing to come in the mail. I remember I saw like the Amazon Prime driver and I like ran outside.
Yep.
Hey nerds, we're trying to do a podcast.
Oh, sorry.
Back to
yes. So
your ascot gives you authority.
Yeah.
By the way, is there only one cop doing rounds in this town?
Yes.
And that one cop is the chief?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought because there were no other cops in this movie.
They don't.
Him.
In Nova Scotia, you only need one police officer. At a time. That's all you need.
And then I like
it's a town of like 10 people.
Really.
Yeah.
And then I like at the end he asks like all available police officers, and the fucking cavalry comes.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the only. Where is everybody else?
Yeah,
He's the only. There's two guys in the police
I can
station.
explain it.
Well,
the guy who does the police officer schedule made a mistake and actually scheduled everybody off on the same day.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
to go to the dance.
Like, Chief, I need it off. My wife's really...
So let me just get this straight. You're saying the police officer scheduled everybody off on the day that 20 years ago people were murdered.
Correct.
He's new to the town.
All right, fair enough.
Dude, he's not good at his job.
Hey.
He's
new to the town.
Yeah.
And what do we always say? Take your logic and throw it out the window because you don't need it.
No
Hey,
one
I think
broke into
everybody
a house,
listening
right?
has had a manager with some bad scheduling skills.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
that game.
It is not limited to here. It happens in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, fair enough. Rory, are you available on Saturday to work at the restaurant?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go fuck yourself.
So, the youngins all are gathering to party at the mine, but it's like the place where they all kind of eat.
The
like
rec room.
Rec hall.
Yes.
Yeah. And so...
We have a pool table. We have
TJ,
the jukebox.
we have
they have
Axel, we
everything
have
you want.
Hollis, Sarah, leather vest guy, even babyface guy is there.
John Lennon walked in. The guy looked just like John Lennon. There was an Archie Andrews.
Right.
When Leathervest walked in, I was like, "Oh shit, is that McLovin?"
Right.
Because it was essentially the McLovin outfit, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
It was like the same
You look
vest.
like fucking Aladdin.
Yeah, he does. And then, so then we have where Babyface, he goes to the kitchen and he's checking out the hot dogs. He's like, oh, I hope these are cooking pretty good. Because hot dogs
I'm
are...
not used to eating anything off the stove. Normally, we heat it up on the engines.
And then we have where the miner takes him out by drowning him in the hot dogs. And what a way to go.
That's a terrible way to die.
Yeah, hot dog flavored water. It's a smell you never forget.
Hot dog flavored water. By the way, you should check out Jon Snow's Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, check out his Red Cap Assassins.
Yeah.
Boom, plug.
Scratch
Hey,
that off
John,
the list.
Can't wait to get you back on the Freakquels. We'll see you soon.
So, the chief gets
No
a
shout
note.
out to Elle though. Screw
No.
you, Elle.
Elle, if you're listening, hey,
Hi, Elle.
what's up?
That's so mean to me.
Hey, guys, shut up. I'm talking to Elle right now. I think she can hear me.
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
Hey,
What's up?
hey,
Fine, don't talk to me.
what's going on?
So the chief gets a note saying, "If you didn't stop the party," and he yells, "What damn party?" And it was very dramatic and very much like that. I guess he's pissed he didn't get invited. Meanwhile, Sarah and Axel fight, and then TJ steps in, and they start fighting over, and then Hollis breaks it up. So
And the
Axel
music
takes off.
literally stops for their
Yeah.
dramatic moment.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
The music literally
Yep.
cuts off
Oh,
so
I
they
caught
can
that.
make a scene.
I caught that.
yeah.
You think anybody's sitting there, they're like, why these three guys? They've got to make everything about them.
Yeah. These fucking guys, man.
Yeah, why do we even invite them? Who
Bunch of drama queens.
cares about
Ruining
their
everyone's time.
relationship?
So then we see where Leather Vest guy, he is getting it on with his girlfriend, Sylvia. And they're kind of like in this mine cart. And he leaves her alone to grab some beers. And then that's when the miner takes her out.
He said, "Whoa, wait, you got to back up."
Yeah, we
He's-
got about the stuff hanging in the ceiling. You got to go with too, because then that turns into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get to that. I'll do the other thing.
Okay.
She goes, "You know what would make this great?" And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a condom.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, beer.
Yeah.
That's what would make this great."
And
You know, it'd been
Leatherfest-
awesome if he just tossed a condom over his shoulder. That's awesome.
All right, cool.
My kind of girl.
So you want me to pour beer? He's like, just doesn't know.
Hey, by the way, did we skip past the dogs eating the hearts?
Yes, we actually did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a lot of dogs.
Notes. I was
A lot of dogs.
looking at my notes, sweating.
Yeah,
Because
we
I
did skip
put
it.
great dog actors eating up them hearts.
So many
For
feral
one second,
dogs.
I thought the
Yeah.
killer was a dog, and then I was disappointed to learn otherwise.
Yeah.
was-
And- yeah.
You are correct.
I
sir.
remember that. It was pretty
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
That was some prime.
Oh,
This
nice.
movie had some bark. And some bite. Ruff.
So,
Greyhound Lisa.
So we have where the miner takes out Sylvia. He picks her up and he does a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing where he puts her through a pipe.
We missed a whole part here.
Wait,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
wait. Why are you looking at me when you're referencing the
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre as
Yeah.
if
You've never
I've
seen it?
seen it?
No, you haven't?
Why would I have seen that?
Okay, well, now we know we're going to do that one too.
Next on Freakquels.
Yeah, next on Freakquels.
I'm just going to take a line from this movie. Sarah, I just don't care anymore. Do you know what's funny? She says, I just don't care anymore. And my notes say she didn't know the cameras were rolling.
They're like, that actress playing Sarah, she's being real dramatic over there. They're like, roll, roll, roll.
Can we also take a moment to just give some props to that guy who's snorting soda to
Oh
make
my
everyone laugh?
God, really? And he keeps comparing it to when he snorted cocaine.
Yeah.
No, because he was snorting coke.
Coke. Yeah.
Well,
He's
what was
just-
great though is he did it once, and I'm like, haha.
Yeah.
That's
and
fine.
then later on,
Yep.
when they make
He
everything
kept
awkward,
going.
like Axel,
Yep.
TJ, and
Yeah.
Sarah, and I'm so happy I remembered their names. But when they're being real awkward for everybody, just to liven the party back up, he does
Yep.
it again.
Yeah,
Yep.
and everyone loves it.
I
They're
did too.
Yeah.
They're like, we're on board with this guy.
He wanted to flip the vibe in the room. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got it, and he did it.
He's just like, Jesus Christ,
Yep.
this is awkward.
Yep.
Hey guys, look, I'm snorting soda again, right?
They're like,
Remember
does
we
this
having
guy
fun?
know how to party or what?
So many.
So meanwhile,
You know what they called him after that? Fever.
Look at this guy. Meanwhile, Leather Vest, he finds his dead girlfriend,
McLovin.
and he starts to tell everyone, and he's like, "You guys, everyone,
He
she's
loses
dead."
his shit, too.
Yeah,
like
he
he's
does.
legit scared. Like
Yeah.
he's in a state of shock for the rest of the
100%.
movie.
And so is that other girl
100%.
who just
Oh, yeah, he
showed
did a
up that
great
might have
job.
been Babyface's girlfriend, right? Like she
Yes.
just shows up. She's like,
yeah.
I'm traumatic too. I have trauma."
Are you, wait, you're talking about Hollis's girlfriend? Yes. Yeah.
So then, meanwhile, Hollis is like, "Hey, let's go down to the thing."
Might
And-
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And everyone decides to head down into the actual mine.
Is that
and
when
Hollis
TJ
takes them
starts
down.
screaming at them? In my notes it says, TJ is starting to look like something you used to scare away crows. Hey, so everyone at home, I fucked up the first time, and then I edited it out.
No. Fuck that. Leave
Because
it
I have
all in.
power.
No, leave it all in. Leave it all in.
I control what you hear.
Put it in again, actually. Take it out and then put it back in. Yeah,
gonna do
I like
it.
that.
Yeah. So Axel tells everyone, to get the F out of there. And TJ and Axel head to the mine to save Sarah and everyone else down there because they didn't know until Leather Vest was like, hey, blah blah blah's dead, Sylvia, and Babyface, and Babyface's girlfriend's like, ah, and
blah 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 is dead.
Blah 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 is dead, and so everyone, Axel's like, get the fuck out of here, guys, and they're like, where's Sarah? And they're like, Hollis took her down into the mines. He's like, oh, great.
I do like the I do like the foresight because all of these movies that we watch, it's like, no, everybody stay here so you can die one by one. But this guy was like, no, everybody get out of here.
Yeah.
People are dying.
Yeah.
And he had the foresight to be like, everybody get out.
Yeah.
And
they
like
kind of
that.
went against the horror tropes of the early 80s.
And I kind of like that. And I also like how these two guys, and I love this whenever it happens, two guys that hate each other, that are butting heads, and like, hey,
it's a bromance then.
we need to team up.
Yeah, we got to team up.
We got to head
kinda
into the mine.
We got
It
to
kind
team
of
up.
reminds me of a film called Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Peter
One of my
and Harry
favorites.
forgive each other, put their differences to the side,
Yeah.
Yep. And they go fight the Sandman and
like that.
Venom.
just like in this movie.
Just like this movie. Except
Hey, I
Sandman.
have another little note.
There's our
here.
Spider-Man reference. Everybody take a
Yeah,
shot. And
we
just
gotta
for
get
good,
that in there somewhere.
Yeah, and just for good measure, the word criterion, take another shot.
Because I say that a lot. I have a thing in here. I was laughing because they go down to the mines and they're all nervous about the killer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if the coal miner don't kill him, the black lung certainly will.
yes.
That's a real horrible thing that happened to people in real life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Let's not.
Ironically, though, they actually filmed in a real mine.
And all those actors are dead.
They probably are. They were actually, honestly, they were 2,700 feet underground filming in the mines.
I really appreciated that because there were certain points in the movie where I watched this on my daughter's iPad and I'm trying to turn the screen. Screen volume isn't a word, right? No. What am I looking for?
Like the brightness?
Brightness. Thank you. Jesus Christ, I couldn't think of the word brightness.
You're welcome.
I turned the brightness all the way up and I was like, this is really dark.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, they're shooting in a
They
mine.
were really in
They
the
were
mines,
really
yeah.
down that far below.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually
That's
spent
crazy.
an extra $30,000 to paint portions of the mine to achieve a darker atmosphere as well.
They painted the
They
fucking
painted
mine?
$30,000. Yep.
I did
to
find
make
it funny
appear in
that-
original state. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I find it funny when Sarah's like, why are the walls white? And then Hollis is like, I told you why, but let me explain it again. But Hollis is showing them the mine, having a swell time. And while Mike and Harriet, I guess that's her name, head off alone. And
Is that the one that looks like an ugly Michael Kelso?
yeah. Yeah. And so the
Which
chief...
is quite impossible, by the way.
yeah. The chief gets notified by the partiers, Leathervest, that Harry Warden is at the mines. And he's like, oh, all right. And so the chief, he's like, get everyone to meet me at the mines right now.
EJ, they also said that there might be some mices down there.
Oh, no.
No, I just want to call it out. I said I was going to call out the mice if they're mentioned,
Yeah.
or if we see mice in the episodes, because I'm all about mice representation. In
We do
movies.
that. We do that here. Again,
Yeah, we do.
I
I
just
don't
want
know
to say,
why we do it, but we do it anyway.
They said something about mices, and I was like, hell yeah.
Anytime you get mice, but you get a mice or a mouse, mouses. You get mouse in a coal mine. Yeah, absolutely. I'm for
I'm
that.
always talking about the Criterion Collection, but I'm actually a bigger fan of the Micey Collection. It's all the most famous movies dealing with mice, but we don't have to talk about
Last
that.
Crusade would be the best mice.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
Last
It's a
Crusade.
classic.
Yeah,
Stuart
classic.
Little.
And
Yep.
mice cinema.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuart Little's really the Citizen
Which
Kane,
is,
though.
you ever seen Witches?
Yeah,
Written
that's a
by
good
M.
one,
Night
too.
Shyamalan.
Hey, remember Ralph and the Motorcycle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should cover that.
Yeah.
What is happening?
So, TJ tells Hollis and Sarah and everybody else that Harry Warden is there. So him and Hollis go to tell the other two, Harriet and Mike, to go up top. TJ tells everyone about Harry Warden being there. And so Hollis, he goes off to find Harriet and Mike, and he finds them dead.
Oh, wait.
And then he gets taken out by a few shots
Is that
from
the
a
ugly
nail
Michael
gun.
Kelso guy?
Yeah.
And he's with Kmart Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
That's where we're at in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I was like, wait, where the fuck are we in this movie?
Yeah, so Hollis goes and he finds them. They're dead. and then he gets shot with the nail gun through the head.
Rory, just so you know, 1 hour 32 minutes. That's the cold open.
Yeah.
If you do a cold open, go ahead.
Hey,
But
real
yeah.
quick too, Hollis, because I know we're done with him. He just died. In my notes it says Hollis looks like the kind of guy who takes joy from hurting elephants at a circus. You know what I mean?
Does he have a top hat?
It looks like a
He's in charge of the circus.
P.T. Barnum looking motherfucker.
I couldn't even quite put an age on this guy.
I know, he looks
Oh,
like...
he's great. Is he 24? Is he 48?
Exactly.
I
I
don't know.
couldn't. Like I'm just like I don't know. I can't figure it out.
He's either 25 or a young 60.
Exactly. I couldn't.
He's
place
a
him.
hard 32 in this.
I mean, everybody else I would take for like maybe like their late 20s, early 30s. Him, I was like, I can't figure it out.
And let's all agree, that stash.
Oh, 100%.
Legendary.
10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
He looks
We're
like
talking Sam Elliott League.
I would say
mustaches and
a
burgos.
young Wilford Brimley.
Wow.
Wow. Nice call, Fever.
Yeah.
That's good,
Thank
but
you.
Yep.
Wilford Brimley was never young.
Correct.
Right. That's right.
Guys, P.T. Barnum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would also like to point out that Hollis gives all chubby, ugly dudes hope.
Yeah, 'cause
that
she
he
was
could
hot for
possibly
him,
have.
Yeah,
way
Patty.
out of his league.
It is a
way
small
beyond
town.
out of his league.
It's a small town,
Yeah,
and all the
100%.
hunks want Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the miner sets out.
Before you go on, speaking
yeah.
of like just women that are out of like your league and everything, guys, how does that work out for you and Rory? Go ahead, EJ. You go first, and then Rory will follow up by dating someone way out of your league. Okay,
Oh,
no. Let's go back to the movie. You're right. Go ahead.
No. I would love to speak out on this.
Okay. I got my own thoughts. Go on.
My feelings are hurt.
They should be. That was my intent.
Oh. No, go ahead.
I just I never thought I was lovable.
You know why? Because they feel bad for us. That's why.
It's pity. Okay,
It's
got
pity.
it.
I'll
It's
tell you
just
what
like,
it is.
yeah, it's just
Most
like-
people marry for love. You're saying that your females are
They
in it
saw
for
we
pity.
are low functioning humans.
Wait, I'll just fill you guys in. So EJ and I, you know that how we said we had like that frenzied past.
Yeah.
We kidnapped them for a couple weeks. Stockholm syndrome set in.
Yep.
Happy relationship.
At a certain point, yeah, I get that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And they loved it, and they're like, "This is crazy," and I was like, "I know." So call me maybe, and it works.
Oh man.
It works.
It did.
It works.
You pulled through.
Like TJ would say, it worked. So the miner sets out after Sarah, Patty, and Howard just takes off, leaving Patty and Sarah alone with like a dead Hollis, because Hollis like stumbles out and he falls to the ground dead.
And this is when they leave him with that other guy, and he's like, "Why are you leaving them with me?
Right.
I don't know anything about this mine. I don't know where to go. I don't know anything about. Why are you both going in different directions and leaving them with me?"
I like
Yeah.
when Hollis fell over dead and they were like, "He's too young to die." We think.
We think
He could be.
right? Maybe, guys. Patty? I
live
don't
a
know
long
how
life,
old
I
he
think.
is. Yeah.
I don't know,
He looks like my dad's age, but I can't tell.
but he could also be my brother. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Axel tries to escort them out because Axel comes across the two girls, and while they're going, he comes across TJ with some lumber. He thinks it's like the miner at first, and he hits him with this giant
board, yeah.
oversized like piece of wood. He's like,
It's from the Acme factory.
Yeah, it really was. This is Acme on the side. And TJ has like that little bump that grows. It's like,
And then
little bird swimming around his head.
and then he pushes it down, and it
Yeah.
comes out somewhere else.
yeah, it's like doing this, and then it's like,
bicep.
yeah. So,
We're referencing Looney Tunes cartoons, kids.
Yeah,
So check that
this
out.
is-
Bugs
yeah.
Bunny, anything like that.
Your dead grandparents.
You're dead great fans.
Loved
it.
so Axel. So now they're all together, and they're trying to make their way out of the mines, and they climb a ladder for 8 minutes of this movie.
That was 8 minutes.
It was about 8 solid.
8
It
minutes.
felt like
was.
50 minutes. It felt like the whole third
They
act.
wanted you to feel like you were climbing it with them in real time.
And halfway up, and then they gave up.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
Well,
Well, the
like,
body falls.
she-
and
Howard. Yeah, they find dead Howard.
I guess they weren't entirely clear if he was dead or not.
Yeah.
They had to go and check on him.
They're like, oh, he detached from his head.
Yeah, when literally, it's just like boom, like just detached. It was crazy.
And when they break away from Axel, he falls into some water, it sounds like.
Yes.
Because we don't see it as the audience. We just hear, and he, whoosh. And so...
How did that go again, Fever?
whoosh. And then, so... They break away from Axel. He falls into water. They assume that he's dead. And TJ
He's
tells...
like bubbling up through the water.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
that could,
nobody noticed the air bubbles. Like it was a little.
He's like, it's too late for him.
Yeah, just let him go.
Well, we're not going to try to
No,
help him.
TJ's like, keep going. He's dead.
Oh, no, I mean, we could try to help him.
They were
No,
more
he's
concerned
dead.
about Hollis when he was dead, and they were still trying to save him.
Yeah. He was literally bleeding out of his head.
Exactly.
And
Wait,
they're
there's
like,
air bubbles. Fuck him.
I only counted like 3 air bubbles. He's a
too
goner.
late for him. He's like, please.
There might be
help."
still hope for Hollis.
He's like pushing him down with a board.
He's dead.
He's dead, guys. Hey, Sarah, I think you're single again.
So we see where eventually TJ breaks away from Patty and Sarah. And while Patty and Sarah are alone, Patty gets taken out. She gets pickaxed not long after. So then the chief shows up top, and he has backup. And with him, there's like the mayor.
There's so many
one
people.
cop, a Kmart Ecto 1. So like an EMT.
yeah.
And maybe the medical examiner's there,
That- the
but
guy that
not
we
a
love-
lot of people are there. Like it's just like 5 people showed up.
I
And it's
thought
like-
there was more people than that, but I could be wrong.
Can I take a
Yeah.
stab at it?
Go ahead.
Low budget dictated that the special effects person, the director, the screenwriter's dad all
have two
dress up in
gigs.
costumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be the coroner.
That's at the end of the movie. We'd like to thank our family, friends, children.
Everyone that we could just find.
Yep.
Hey, is that cop the guy who played Hollis? No.
So I remember when we were shooting up at your movie, right? And we were
Whose
trying
movie?
to find Rory's.
What movie?
It was your second movie.
Oh, sure.
And so
Jesus Christ, give me a name.
No, it's good. What are you talking about?
so we were looking for extras for the movie.
Oh
theater
my
scene.
God. Yes.
And we literally were like, because we had some people show up to like help out and stuff.
Are you talking about the movie theater?
But yeah, we had to like fill it up a little bit more, and so we literally had to go into the streets and ask just random people like, "Hey, do you want to be in a short film?" And we actually got people from the streets to come in and do this.
I
So-
would have paid money to film you talking to people about being that. And do you remember the one lady that came in just for free popcorn?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just came in to eat the popcorn she took off.
And then she just took off, and I was like, "What?"
You know what's fun? Whenever I just walk
Popcorn's
up,
not even that good.
whenever I'd like walk up to people to try to get them to come into the theater, I would always start with, "I'm not gonna hurt you," and then you know what? I lied.
Yeah.
Moving on.
No, but I bet this was like the same results. Like I think they were just like
Yeah, they were out of
whoever's
budget. and-
around
yeah.
in this town just like pull them together and make it look like we have a lot of people, but we don't.
It's like one of those things like 20 years later when they're doing like the behind the scenes featurette and they're talking to the director.
Yeah.
And it's like, so when you were making My Bloody Valentine and you were casting, what was your thought process?
Who were you
And
looking for?
And his response was, whoever was game.
Whoever had a pulse.
That dog ran out to chase the car and we're like, you're in the movie, kid.
Yeah. And it was crazy because like for your theater thing, right? Like we had probably enough people, but we just wanted to make it look a little more full. Mm-hmm. And so
I was in it. You were in it, right?
Yeah,
we were all in it. Literally,
we all
everybody
kinda
was
like-
in it except for the cameraman. Yeah.
Yeah. And but yeah, for this it just looks like he found 6 people to like be a backup and run in. They're like trying to run into the mine.
It was almost like he went out there and was like, "Hey, do you want some free popcorn?" And people were like, "No,
No, yeah, they're like, no, I don't even want to be here.
I don't like popcorn."
They struggled to get people to be like cops and paramedics and stuff.
Yeah,
but they did get Gimli down there in the mines.
Yeah, which I thought was fun. And
at one point, I said that to Becca. I was just like, "A mine,
you fool of a took."
Speaking of mine, this episode is brought to us by the Lackawanna Coal Mine Tour.
Oh, yes.
That's where the money is.
That's where it's at, man.
Once you get endorsed by the sweet Lackawanna Coal Mine Tour, that money don't dry up.
To be fair, though, have you ever done the coal mine tour?
No.
It's a lot of fun.
I lost a friend in there.
Yeah.
After seeing this movie, I'll never go in there now.
But I ate them in the womb. It has nothing to do with the tour, but I just figured I'd share it now.
That was the first time your mom told you about it.
Yeah.
It was in the tour.
Yeah, it was on the tour.
It was on the tour.
EJ, no, this isn't the most...
This is the most opportune time
to tell you about this.
You had a twin, you ate them. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I was pumped. I was like,
Did your mom look at you and go, "Wrong kid died"?
Wrong kid died. Yeah. Dewey Cox. Yeah. So TJ shows back up. And
great Dewey Cox reference.
Yeah.
that was a deep dive.
And Sarah, we see the miner is giving chase, and they get on a pulley cart, which actually goes slower than if they tried to run or even power walk.
Yes.
Which is really comical because, by the way, power walking is no joke. Every morning at the mall, people would go power walking. Like
remember
when I went there,
Keymaster?
people would just like be walking, and I'm like, wow, they're really getting it in.
Did you ever see Keymaster power walking at the Wyoming Valley Mall?
No.
He'd have the keys, and he used to keep time to his keys. The man is a legend of the Wyoming Valley Mall. He would just go and he'd have jean shorts on, socks rolled up to his fucking knees.
Jorts?
Yeah.
And Megan's Law.
Yeah, and he would just be like, whoosh, whoosh, like with his keys, and he'd keep pace walking to his keys. I swear to God, the man is fucking legend.
Just waiting for Cinnabon to open?
Yeah, just waiting. Yeah, just waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, no, people would just go up and just like exercise, like walk around the mall.
Oh, no, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I know those people, yeah.
Yep.
And they literally would, like, if they just power walked like that, they probably could have gotten away from the miner. But they're on, like, this
You
cart.
can only see EJ's face right now. He's actually in thought, like, if they really did this, they could have got away. like, oh my God, like I just thought about it, they really could have got away.
They could have gotten away, but they didn't because they took the, like, slow minecart, and which he caught up to, no problem.
No problem.
And you know what the director
like
would say right now to you? Fever, that's why I'm a fucking filmmaker and you're not, because the movie wouldn't be over.
I like to think that Steven Spielberg saw that scene in Temple of Doom. He's like,
We gotta have
better.
We can do better, yeah.
We'll make it go fast.
So James Cameron, Steven Spielberg,
all influenced from this
pulling
movie.
So basically, it's the greatest movies of all time came from My Bloody Valentine.
Guys, you could fact check us, but why waste your time?
Yeah.
Don't. It's not worth it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You
do
got
it.
cell phones, but don't use them. Not for this. Look up porny pictures.
So TJ has a showdown with the miner, who turns out to be Axel.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Axel gets, like, we see this brief little flashback,
Which was done so poorly, it wasn't even funny.
and it's just like flashes of, like, Harry Warden killing his parents, basically, and he was just a little kid witnessing these, like, horrible events.
The blood spurt going on his face was fantastic.
Oh, it was great.
They
The
just
kid
whipped it at him.
actor ruled.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I think he's like in the fetal position.
yeah. And so then it cuts back. And we
How
see,
long was that sequence?
Way too long.
Like, I thought it was,
seconds.
yeah, it was
like
way,
5 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
but
no,
it was
it's
just,
just like-
it was just so poorly done.
And-
Way too long.
I thought it was fantastic
Really?
because in 5 seconds you got so much information as to who the killer is and why the killer is what the killer is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
no?
You're right. I just didn't like the way it was executed.
I think
you're
they should
completely right,
use
yeah.
that
Yeah.
quick storytelling for something like, I don't know, the ladder scene.
They wasted 8 minutes on a ladder and 5 seconds on an explanation. Yeah.
So as they're fighting, Axel actually gets buried alive, and that's the end. Like, that's the whole movie.
Did you like when TJ said, "Cowabunga says it all"?
Well, you got to put in like the funny parts, like where and what was the girl's name again? I'm sorry, Sarah like has to go back. He's alive, and she just has to hold his hand, and he's sawing off his fucking arm. and where most people would be like in shock, he's like running out going, "I'll be back. We did it, Harry Ward!" And he's like screaming and stuff. It's ridiculous.
It was insane.
Hey,
insane.
My Ninja Turtles 2 reference I just made.
Yeah.
Secret
I
of
thought I was
the
going to give you like a big laugh out of you.
I love Ninja Turtles.
I was waiting to say that to you.
It's literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know,
I'm not even joking.
I don't know if I don't know if I've made this reference before, but like people always say, like if you can go back in time to one concert, like people say Jimi Hendrix or Led Zeppelin,
It's Ninja
I would
Turtles
go back
in
to the
concert.
Ninja Turtles with Vanilla Ice.
Jesus.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Please don't sue us.
If I can be
Vanilla
anywhere.
Ice is like, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Rob Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
He's listening to all the podcasts, waiting for someone. Waiting for someone to slip
Yes.
Yep.
So
It's over, right?
What are
That's
your
it.
thoughts on this movie?
up. Wait,
I don't-
and the movie just sort of stops.
Yeah, the movie just stops, by the way, and then
And
that's it.
I love that because I love the Sunny reference. And sometimes it just ends. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what this movie did.
Yeah.
A ride, and at a certain point, it just ends.
We kind of run like they kind of like look through like a little bit of the wreckage, and they see him. I don't know if his arm came off. I don't know what happened there, but he's
His
just
arm
kind of
came
like
right off,
taunting
yeah.
them. He's
Yeah.
just like,
He cut it right
I'm
off.
Harry Warden.
Yeah.
See you next year.
But again, keep in mind, as he cut his arm off, he's bleeding profusely. It's not cauterized, and he's just running off.
He's just fine.
Yeah,
He'll
he's
be
fine.
fine.
He's fine.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
leave with
So
Kevin. Kevin, what did you think of the movie?
yeah.
I was throwing the joke to Kevin because I was going to say, Kevin, what are your thoughts on the movie? Because he didn't
Yeah.
fucking watch it.
Kevin, what are your thoughts on the movie?
No, because we know you're the biggest fan of this movie.
Yes, the 15 minutes I lasted were not the greatest, and then after
That's what your
listening-
wife said.
I didn't appreciate that.
Kevin,
I'm never coming back here.
Kevin is rolling a tear as if you littered the highway.
Yep.
Crying.
We
On
may
the
never
inside.
see him again.
If I had feelings, you would have hurt them. Not having seen the movie and listening to you guys, I am so fucking happy I did not watch this movie.
Well, you missed a great 20-minute sequence of people climbing a ladder.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
I'm quite upset I missed the ladder scene, but other than that, it did not sound like I missed much.
So
Right.
for 15 minutes, 1 out of 10.
Can I give negative numbers?
You can? On
Negative-
FREAKQUELS,
negative
you can
10.
do anything. -10, he says.
Give us an integer.
What are you, a weatherman?
Damn, it's cold. Joe Petitto, how about you? What did you think?
I never saw it before last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of it, of course, but I never saw it. But it was bad. It's not.
Don't hold back.
There were way too better movies that year that came out, and that was Halloween 2 and Friday the 13th Part 2.
Nice.
Were far superior to this. This was just not good, even though it was Paramount and they were trying to still cash in on the whole, Halloween,
Friday
holiday.
13th.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. It's just not executed well.
I liked the villain. I enjoyed a coal-masked villain with a gas mask type of thing going on. I really appreciated the opening scene of the girl that apparently wasn't naked. I thought she was naked with the stroking of the hose
mask.
on the mask.
Yeah.
Oh my
which
God,
was-
you just turned me on so
I know.
much right
That's
now.
how I do.
Oh my God.
And I loved. I don't know if you guys can tell. I loved the style of the costume design.
You mean
in
like
this.
the
Me
ascot?
too.
It
Yeah.
was impeccable.
I
mean,
thought so too.
I have a whole new respect for ascots.
You have a whole
now.
new style now from
I have a
this
whole
film.
new style. I'm going to rock this out.
You know what? You know what would really work with the ensemble right now? If you had a gas mask
and
and
all
the
of-
hat
yeah.
with the light on.
And
Oh,
I want the big
God.
belt buckle.
Oh,
the
hell
big
yeah.
Texas belt
Oh,
buckle.
hell yeah,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
going to get that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good as far as these movies go. I usually don't like them. I don't know if I was in a good mood or anything like that. I definitely partook in some herbal
Knew it.
before this, and I like some of these movies. I'll say it like I just don't like it. I hated it. I'm
Yeah.
pissed that you made me watch it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. This was okay. I enjoyed the cast. I liked It wasn't overly gory. It was the right amount of killing. And I don't know how I can say that. Like, that's a weird thing to say. It was the right amount of killing.
Right.
It wasn't overly done.
It wasn't too heavy-handed. One of the things that really upset me was the way that Mabel decorated her laundromat. She had these paper tussles over.
I was thinking the same thing over the dryers.
And I'm like, do you want a fire?
Yeah.
Do you want a fire? Because that's how you get a fire.
It's a hazard.
Is this
like it's
is
super
this
high
how
risk.
you tell though we've just reached the point where we're old now that we actually look at a decoration and go, "That's a fire hazard."
That's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah,
about we're concerned about safety.
we are.
Safety first.
Yeah.
Then teamwork.
30 years ago, I wouldn't care, but
No.
I'd be like,
Now-
"That's really cool. I
Yeah.
want to go to that laundromat." Now
Yeah.
I'm like, they could die.
They could. Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to worry about insurance claims and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. We've grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
I like
matured.
this. We have. Yeah.
Luckily, they're
Real
only axe
men
picked
wear
into
ascots.
the heart.
Now, Rory, what are your thoughts?
Maybe it's the rose-colored glasses I'm wearing, but I remember seeing this movie as a young scamp. You know?
Yeah?
I was a young lad when I first saw this movie. Very much the age that young Vince is at right now. I watched the
7?
movie, and I found myself... Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't like a
me too.
Halloween or a Friday the 13th or a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movie for me, but it was one of those, like, hey, this is kind of fun. It's in that same vein,
Yeah.
you know? And then I got that vein, and it ripped it open, and blood shot out, like my enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So I would say that as a little standalone slasher movie, I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
We've watched way shittier movies than this.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, this
That's why
isn't
I
like
think-
the
I think-
worst movie of its genre ever made by far.
And it was a masterclass in barely handsome man casting.
Will I watch this movie again? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
But was it? Did I enjoy it?
Yeah.
I pretty much enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah, I would say my
You're
thoughts
on
are...
a lot of drugs when you watch it.
Bro, you don't even know.
So my thoughts, yes, this felt long, tedious, riddled with Canadian accents, and I loved it.
It was good.
Of course you did.
You know what? It's probably like your second favorite movie next to Halloween Ends?
Yeah, I would say Halloween Ends changed the game.
As Rory looks at me knowing that this just puts me in a place of total disgust.
I winked at you.
I know you did. I know, because the minute you said, I looked right up at you.
My head slowly turned and looked at you. We met each other's gaze, and I winked.
Yeah.
As if
Yeah.
to say, I'm antagonizing
You realize if I get you alone for 5 minutes on Friday at that movie, we're having a discussion about this.
Oh, Halloween Ends?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
I know you do.
So
You're
now...
just making
and
excuses
Chris-
right now. Oh, I can't make it.
And Chris is going to be there, so we're going to tag team you on this. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And
Hey,
not in a
I'm
good
gonna
way.
go too, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Rory's
stick
gonna
up
be- yeah,
for
so-
you.
Yeah, thank you.
You
I
bastard.
got you. I'm in your corner.
Do you want me to just hop on and be like, I love it too?
Yeah.
You know what? I
You
just
liked
love
it when we talked
Yeah,
about
you
it?
liked
No, I
Halloween
didn't.
Ends,
I-
not Kills.
No, not kills. I enjoyed Halloween Ends. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's...
Freakquels is a house of love for Corey Cunningham.
Yeesh. Oh,
Yeah.
my
So
God.
is
Handsome Corey Cunningham.
Is that like which one was first? Ends or kills?
Halloween?
Kills
and
came
then
it was
before, but your way of watching it, you watched Halloween Ends first and then Kills.
And
yeah.
was the
So
end
it's
of
it technically goes like
Halloween,
Halloween 2018.
yeah.
Halloween. So it goes Halloween 2018.
Halloween
Halloween
Kills,
kills.
Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
So nothing like the Indiana Jones franchise with like Crystal Skulls and all that stuff. Which I did love Crystal Skulls because I love Shia LaBeouf. But
Are you
anyway,
still on drugs? What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to reference back to Shia LaBeouf before. Did you have that?
Oh,
there it
I know
is.
what you're doing. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're segueing into a story
Hey.
that happened. So we were talking about Indiana Jones earlier, and EJ
don't
and
hurt
I,
me.
we are in a rare camp that believes that Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a much better movie than Dial of Destiny.
But
which
yes.
much to the chagrin of Joe and Kevin.
But before you go any further, just I just want all the listeners to know, Revenge of the Sith, me, Rory, EJ, we're in on that. Spider-Man 3, me, Rory, EJ are in on that. Those terrible movies that everybody hates, we fucking love those movies.
Yeah,
so
we
don't add us.
Don't come at us.
Don't come at us. But yeah, go.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks for derailing what I was saying. I was all right. So yeah.
Hey man,
so,
I'm wearing an ascot.
so
I can do
we're-
whatever the fuck
You
I want.
goddamn
Ascot
right.
gives you privileges.
You can't rock it like he can. You can't.
I know. I left my ascot and I never bought one. But anyway, so we're talking about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I just let out that at one point I accidentally met Shia LaBeouf. And then
How does one accidentally meet
yeah,
Shia LaBeouf?
see, Vince perked up. He's like, how exactly does one
Tell me.
accidentally meet?
Explain to me, please.
This is a true story. So Will Perna,
Variant season, shout out.
variant
Sup?
season fella, he and I were hanging out, and it was actually, weirdly enough, guys, I'm not making this up, it was on Valentine's Day.
Really?
This is actually
Isn't
when this
this
happened.
ironic?
I'm not even making this up. Holy shit. Anyway, Will calls me up. It's like 9:30 in the morning, and he's like, hey, do you want to go to New York City? And I was just like, sure. I just kind of like,
As one would do.
yeah, because I was like 20,
Yeah.
probably unemployed. I don't know.
It's a 2.5 hour drive, a little hop, skip, and a jump. But yeah.
So he and I, jump in his car. We drive there. It's freezing out, right? And we get out of his car, and we're walking for about 5 minutes, and some lady grabs my arm and says, hey, do you want to be on TV? And I'm like, yeah. Which in reality, thinking about it now, she probably could have pulled me into like some black van and just murdered me. I wouldn't be here right now telling you this story and boring the fuck out of the listeners. But anyway, so she's like, yeah, you'd look on TV. I'm like, cool. I'm like, can I bring my friend? And she's like, absolutely. So I grab Will, and they usher us into MTV, the studio, right? So they put us up against the wall, right? Just to kind of give you an idea what MTV looks like on the inside.
Was this
Now-
like TRL?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Did you meet Carson Daly?
no.
I don't care about
So
the story.
here's the thing. When I was a kid, I thought like MTV was this place that you'd step inside and it was all just like sand and beaches and people are like playing volleyball and stuff.
Carmen
But-
Electra's there.
Yeah, like just there's always just like something happening in MTV studios, but you get in there and it's more akin to like being on the Death Star. It's like cold and corporate, and they line us up against the wall, and they're just like screaming at us. They're like, if you have gum in your mouth, the gum will be taken from you, and you will be removed. If you talk to the guests, you will be removed from the studio. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, what is happening? And then there's these two guys from England, and they're just like, oh, it's pretty cool, huh? I'm like, I don't know who you are. So
Arlie Ermy is just drilling you guys, basically.
No, it's like this terrifying lady. She's got a clipboard, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, she leads us down this hallway, and then we walk into a set. It's a stark contrast compared to where we were inside the Death Star. Now it's a bright colored studio, and it was, yes, Joe, TRL.
Uh-huh.
So they sit us down in these seats, and I walk in, and I feel terrible. Because, as I said, Will and I literally just kind of, like, called each other, like, 9:30 in the morning, jumped in the car. I'm wearing these, like, baggy-ass, like holes in the knees jeans. I'm wearing, like a white long john shirt with a Superman shirt over it. Like a beanie. It was raining out. Will looks exactly the same. Exact same outfit. Costume, I might say. But it's like a Deftones t-shirt, right?
Okay.
And they just stick us in there, and we look around the room, and every single person there looks like they spent 6 months on themselves. They all look beautiful. And then there's Hobo Will Perna
Hobo
and Rory
Rory,
Colorasi
Hobo
just
Will.
sitting there. So, like, I don't know why they thought to do this, that this would be a good idea, but where they sat us is exactly where they were going to interview Shia LaBeouf. And this is like even Steven Shia LaBeouf. This is
We're talking like 2000.
This is like 2006, 5, 6, something like that. I don't remember.
It was before Holes. So
He was whenever Constantine came out because he was promoting
Constantine
that.
was 2004.
Whatever.
God, the fact that you know that. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
But anyway,
Yeah.
he was promoting that. But they sit him down right in front of us, and Will and I just kind of look up, and we see that there's a monitor that's showing what the world is seeing.
Okay.
So, of course, Will and I are, like, flashing the metal sign, and we're just, like, sticking our tongue out, like, ah, rebel, rebel. And the lady, like, kind of looks back at us, and she's just kind of like, she has, like, that nervous look, like, we're going to get you guys out of here in a second. But Shia LaBeouf turns around, and he laughs, and then she's laughing because everybody...
Because that's all it
in
takes.
corporate land is a phony. But anyway, they interview him, and then some kids got up, and they started dancing, and then the lights cut, and they're like, get out. It was a magical evening. One quick tag to that. Do you remember how they used to do those shout-outs?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, they asked us if we wanted to do one.
Of course they did.
Because they're like, does anybody want to do a shout-out? And they were beautiful, those people in the studio, but they were shy, and none of them wanted to do it. So, of course, I put my hand up.
Yeah, of course you
And
did.
they're like, oh, what do you want to say? And I'm like, hi, I'm Rory, and this is Will, and we're in New York City today because we're trying to find a Boba Fett action figure because we don't have Valentines. And she looks at me, she's like, yeah, we might play that.
Do you know how much I appreciate that right now?
Did you find a Boba Fett?
No.
figure? Oh,
That makes it even more
Still
sad.
looking.
what a
Hey, you know what-
failure of the
Still
day.
looking.
You know what the more perplexing thing was at that point? I actually was dating somebody, but on national television, I decided to
You
make it seem like I was a huge loser.
You're like, I declare, but yeah.
Like I went for the joke.
Right,
you know?
right.
She didn't find it funny.
Hey, we always do. I found it funny.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
You know who used to run MTV? A local woman from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Mary Ellis Bunham?
Judy McGrath.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
She actually is from Scranton. She went to high school at Marywood before the burned down. She was in class with my mother, and she ran MTV for years.
Is that when they had music videos and it was
That
cool?
was actually, she's the one that actually turned it into more of a network.
That bitch.
Like if you actually,
Sorry.
if you actually look at like Entertainment
We're
Weekly's,
coming for
like,
you, Judy.
when Entertainment Weekly used to do like their 100 most powerful people, she would always be like number 14 for like years.
Top
Yeah.
10 or less. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. But
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah. So do we want some
we don't
Bloody
even-
Valentine facts?
We don't
or-
even know this woman,
Yeah.
and we're so mean
right.
to her.
So, yeah, let's get
Joe,
into
hit us.
some-
Do we want a couple
Hit us with
facts like
some
we did with
facts.
Psycho? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Paramount Pictures did this, trying to cash in, of course, on like Halloween, their Friday the 13th, and all that.
Love it.
The budget on this was only like $2.3 million
Which is a lot of money at the time.
at the time. They only made 5, so they considered it not too
Only
good.
5.
Some of the
Cast
movies,
and crew showed up.
some of the movies that came out February of '81: Fort Apache, The Bronx, The Devil and Max Devlin, La Caja Falls 2, Eyewitness, of course, My Bloody Valentine, The Dogs of War, The Last Maestro, Sphinx, and Sunday Lovers.
I haven't heard of
I haven't heard
any
of half
of those
I've heard
movies.
about of maybe 3 or 4 of them.
I barely heard of My Bloody Valentine because you
Right.
guys told me.
Isn't
Right.
it weird that was like the movie that
That-
pulled ahead of the pack?
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's like the movie
Well-
that we're literally talking about right
Yep.
now.
What was that one called? Wolfgang's Tooth Part 1? What the fuck was it called?
Tooth. What?
I don't know. You said something,
Let's
Joe.
flip the Dogs of
The
War.
Devil and Max Devlin?
I don't know. Who cares?
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The original title for this was just like, you know how Halloween was The Babysitters?
Yeah.
Is this
The
called
ori-
the Coal Miner?
This was
Daughter?
actually, and I apologize here with my notes, I apologize here. The actual original title of this was The Secret.
Ooh.
Yep. Then they changed it, of course, to My Bloody Valentine because they wanted the holiday killer trend like Black Christmas and Halloween.
It's a better title.
Yeah,
I
prom
like
night,
that.
terror train.
And I also like the late 80s band My Bloody Valentine. Have
Right.
You
Yep.
guys in on that?
They're
Yeah,
probably
sure.
too young, but I got you.
Fuck you, Vince.
Again? God
This is
damn.
This is quite interesting. This is actually quite interesting. The Lori Haler, if I'm saying her name right, who was Sarah, the director actually, when he found her, he wanted her over all the other actors that he had for it, but she had a prior obligation at the National Theatre School of Canada where she was studying at the time. The director
What was that all about?
What was that? The director wanted her so bad for it that he actually convinced the academic advisors to allow her to finish her semester early so that she could be in the film.
That sounds like something a producer would do.
Correct.
That sounds like another one of those there's more to this story kind of thing.
Correct.
So, what did you have as the budget?
The budget was
$2 million.
I apologize. It was
2.3?
like,
$2.
Yeah.
it was
You
like
said-
And it made
2.3.
5.
I already know. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
it made 5.
I was
but
going to say it made
they-
5.6. That is
They
insane.
considered it a bomb, though.
Yeah.
They actually considered it.
But
not
that's
profit.
insane. You double your money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but of course, over the years, it became a cult classic, and But then again, all the cuts we talked about that with they supposedly the director said there's 9 minutes of cuts, but they only found 3 minutes of footage. But the director claims that there was 9 minutes.
He
So
said
there's probably 9 more minutes of
Ladder. God damn it. You beat me to it.
Yep.
Damn it.
You gotta go down to the mines to look for that
Yeah.
footage.
But the best part is, are you ready? As we said the last time when we did Psycho 2, are you ready for some of the movies that came out in '81?
Oh, God.
So you wonder why this movie didn't do well.
Uh-huh.
This is what it had to compete with for the
Oh,
year.
it had to. This has to be legendary.
It's legendary.
Yeah.
It's the 80s. It
81,
was the best.
yeah.
You ready? Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Never heard of it.
Excalibur,
What?
Escape from New York,
Who?
That old thing?
The Road Warrior,
Whoever saw that?
Porky's,
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Evil
Kim.
Dead,
Evil Dead.
Clash of the Titans. An American Werewolf in London.
Jeez.
Wait,
Scanners.
Not American Werewolf in Paris.
No, not that. No. James Bond's For Your Eyes Only. Body Heat. Endless Love. Chariots of Fire. Mommy Dearest. Stripes. Heavy Metal. The Cannonball Run. On Golden Pond. Reds. History of the World Part 1.
Amazing.
The Howling. Arthur. Time Bandits. Taps. Little movie that didn't do good, but Tarzan the Ape Man with Bo Derek, if you remember that debacle. Outland with Sean Connery, which I saw for the first time a few years ago. Absolutely fantastic. Quest for Fire. Dragon Slayer.
Wow.
This is 1981, and you wonder why this movie made no money.
Well,
There were more bombs that year than in World War II.
And of course, the winner of the year for Best Picture was
What?
I don't know.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Correct. But the biggest movie of the year, of course, was
Raiders of the Lost
Raiders of the
Lost
Lost Ark.
Ark.
of course. Yep.
Huh.
Huh.
Jesus.
Who's in that?
Some guy, Harrison something. He was a carpenter.
Yeah.
He was
I
a
heard of
carpenter.
him.
Yeah.
He might make it.
Yeah, he was a he might. It's
If
possible.
he gets his shit together, yeah,
Yeah.
he might do it.
Yeah.
Get off my podcast.
No ticket.
Well, let's move on to the
right.
emojis, fellers.
So
Okay.
my emojis, pretty simple. I got the pickaxe, I got a heart, and I got a little constructions vest, fur leather vest, because he was my favorite character in the movie.
I have an ascot, another ascot.
Oh, man.
Jesus, 4 ascots. 5th, 6th, 7th. I have 8 ascots. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rory.
I like it.
I got an elephant for Hollis because he was mean to them.
Yeah.
And then I got a circus tent because I think that's where he went after the movie. I see a cop because there's one cop in the whole town.
Yeah.
One.
I see a heart. I got one doctor because there's one doctor. I got a Valentine. I got a heart with an arrow through it, and then I got another heart, but it looks more like candy.
Yeah.
You know. And then I got a stray dog.
Oh, that dog was awesome.
The best dog
He was a
acting
good
I've
boy.
seen so far.
And I almost feel like that dog wasn't cast. That dog wasn't supposed to be in the movie or anything like
Peter
that.
was definitely not on the set that day.
He just kind of ran out there and
he
was
almost
like,
got run over by that car.
director's like, we're not doing that again.
Yeah.
That
Dog's
stays
like,
in.
Don't you film your shitty movie around here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He's a director who went, you can't capture that. That was just magic. I couldn't set that up myself. I tried.
Use it.
Used it. That was beautiful.
What do you think they just like attached like a hunk of meat to the truck so the dog would chase it?
Now, do you want to check our emails? And so we got a couple new emails in from some listeners.
Well,
and
Wait,
stuff.
we have an email? What is our email?
Oh, it's at Freakwell Podcast.
Wait, not
No.
Freakwells with an
No,
S?
it's just Freakwell Podcast at gmail.com.
at Gmail.
Just in case somebody's here right now who maybe fucked that up. Maybe somebody who could be here right now who feels embarrassed. For
Anybody?
having-
Somebody? Anybody?
People,
No, okay.
people mess things up, guys.
It happens.
Why are you being so
Here's,
hard on this person?
Here's his book that he sent me. It says,
Here's his book.
it says, Dear Sirs, I'm writing this as a listener to all episodes and... whoa, hold on. Sorry, I don't know how to read.
Are you having
Dear-
trouble with the squiggly lines?
I got it.
Those are words.
Okay. Dear Sirs, I'm writing this as a listener to all episodes and a former fan.
Former fan.
This latest episode was a travesty to all Freakquels fans. Like we needed this person to tell us that.
Yeah, we got that.
At the beginning of the episode, you referred to that burger slinger, Jake Kelly, as the most handsome. But I'm pretty sure a former guest that you, EJ, called a local heartthrob would like a word about that. Maybe if Rory were less worried about mice and a motion picture, he would have realized the mistake and said something. Also, You were always giving shout-outs to that dickhead Uncle Sal whenever that infantile podkeeper brings him up. You would think they have something weird going on between them. Oh, we know. During the episode, this podkeeper, brings up his brother a few times.
Podwiener?
No one shouts him out. There's a reason for that. Now, he was great and good looking. Not very humble. I believe he was on episode 11 or something. God, was he good and good looking. He always leaves the lady listeners hungry for more. Speaking of hungry, nothing satisfies my hunger better than a burger from 3 Jack's Burger. Basics done better. Anyway, I thought you guys teased him doing another episode, but here we are still waiting. I should kick you all in the nards. I thought the reason for a podcast was to entertain, and man, did they entertain. Unlike Jake Kelly or this Uncle Sal, you assholes always shout out to. I have my notes from last episode and need more heartthrob. I don't know what that said. You 3 shit sniffers are killing this show like Rory's cat hopes to one day to him. I don't like the implication about poor Ella. Possibly Pumpkin, I've got to. Also, I'm starting to realize why you guys refer to Pod Douche as so young and youthful. It's because he has the crotchal region of a small child. It's not the pleats. In closing, I would just like to say, it might bode well if instead of telling the audience the tens of fans you have, fuck you, close out a few episodes with that heartthrob as a guest again and say, fuck Uncle Sal. Sincerely, an ugly guy that has never been a guest on Freakquels. P.S. You guys are killing it the last few. I don't know if that was like sarcastic or...
Most of it was.
Rory, do you have a name on that? Who wrote that email?
I don't know, but he needs some kind of therapy.
All right,
No, I actually agree with all of that. Fuck Sal. Let's bring the heartthrob back.
Okay.
And then, I guess we call you Young Vince due to your small...
I'll tell you what. We'll bring the heartthrob back if he brings with him his awesome daughter.
I'm with that.
We could work on that.
I'm
down
down
to work
on
on that.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gave yourself up, motherfucker.
Damn it!
Yeah. Your
All
lack
that hard
of humility
work for nothing.
shined a bright
Damn.
light, a spotlight on you.
So,
I know what you are.
So what's going on down there, man?
You know they say the bigger the ascot.
Is it like inverted?
Yeah.
It goes inside of you?
Yeah. It's like a belly button.
Right.
A sense, like an Audi.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
an Audi belly button.
That makes sense.
I'm not entirely convinced he even has a penis.
It's like a vagina with testicles.
A mangina. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to
Mangina.
have to see it.
And if Vince had a penis, it'd be a tiny little orange one.
You know what's weird? I already knew you were going to say that because of those pictures you drew.
Yeah, that's right.
He always draws you with an orange penis.
Why wouldn't he? Makes
not?
sense.
So
Hey, it tracks.
It tracks. That tracks. Yeah. Is that the only email that we got?
It's the only one.
I've been doing this for weeks. That's the only one.
You needed more?
I thought there was more. I thought. Okay.
Next
Yeah.
week we'll read more emails.
All right.
I wasn't prepared.
So, let's get into the plugs. Joe Petitto, what do you have to plug?
Just if anybody wants to join the movie Mania page, it's getting bigger and bigger, which is really nice. It's growing every day.
Unlike Vince's penis.
I didn't give it a one gas match for the movie. You skipped over me.
Oh,
I
your
didn't, it's all
emoji.
good. It's
Oh my
all
gosh.
good. I didn't really
forgot.
like it anyway, so we're just going simple. One gas match.
It's better that way.
Yeah, it's better.
I
just
did
like,
wait,
Wait, was that your rating A gas mask.
Gas mask.
One
That's it.
gas
One
mask
gas
out of
mask.
5.
It's not good.
One half gas mask.
I did not enjoy this
A
movie.
half
I'm sorry.
gas mask
Yeah,
and
half
Vince's
gas
belly
mask
button
is
sized
just-
penis.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, with one orange
Wait,
penis.
what was the name of your Facebook? What is it?
Movie Mania. Yeah.
Movie Mania? And
Yeah.
how can we distinguish your Movie Mania from other movie?
Just go to my personal Facebook page, which is just Joe Petitto.
How do you spell Petitto?
Petitto. And then there's a link under the details. Just click on it. That's the page that my friend Mike and Justin and I made.
And as always, look for Randy Savage.
Yes, Randy Savage, of
Got
course,
it.
the
Nailed
Macho
it.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah. So, how about Rory? What would you like to plug?
What I would like to plug, of course, Raven View Productions. You can find on the Facebook and on the YouTubes, and I would also like to plug our buddies' Fourth Cut Reviews, Will Perna's band Variant Season, and the NEPA Horror Fest. They're gonna have actors Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen for a small little Candyman reunion. You can check that out on Facebook. It's pretty exciting. Run by Bob Keller and Jess Mione, two of my favorite people.
Shout out Jess Mione for doing all of our artwork, all of our
Yeah.
FREAKQUELS logos. She did the Christmas thing for us. She came up with the one that we have. So shout out Jess Mione.
Yeah, Jess Mione, killing it.
We were at your house. I think we filmed at her house.
We
right?
trashed her
We
house.
tried. That was awesome.
Yeah, we took her stuff.
I thought she would care more, but no, she didn't. I was surprised.
No, well, after all the threats that we made.
Yeah.
I would also like to plug the kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue. Fun fact, for all you listeners out there who have heard me talk endlessly about my cat, Ella, that's where she came from. I got her from these folk. They go in and they help cats, and they get them all rehabilitated, and they get them homes.
Yeah.
So if you don't support that, then you're a monster,
You don't like cats.
and you're just terrible.
They have cats for adoption, right? You don't have to steal it like you stole Ella, right? You could actually go in and do the paperwork.
The only
and go through-
stealing that went on with Ella was when she stole my heart.
Oh.
No, I got conned by this cat, and then I'm gonna let you do your plugs. When I first,
Conned by
I got conned by the cat because I have my cat Pumpkin. I've had him for 7 years, and we've been doing just fine. And everyone's always like, "Why don't you get another cat? Why don't you get another cat?" And I'm like, "Why are you so invested in my life? Get out of my apartment, whoever you are." But after a while, you know, the NEPA, the kitties of NEPA people, they were doing a little thing. So I went down there, and they're like, "Hey, you should meet Ella." And I'm like, "Yeah, fine, whatever." They put Ella into my hands. She started to purr. She kind of melted into me, and she took a little nap. And I was like, "Fine, wrap her up."
And they were like, "Sir, we don't wrap cats up. That's illegal."
Well, then give me some form of transportation because she's coming home with me, and she's been the best thing of 2023 that occurred.
Wrap her
Here,
up.
you do the rest of the plugs because I'm clearly going off on tangents tonight.
All right, yeah. So if you guys want to check out Adam Farley's music on iTunes and Spotify, also check out Jon Snow's bands on his Facebook pages.
Friend of the show.
Red Cap Assassins, Realign, and Issues. Issues is a Korn cover band. Realign's a Godsmack cover band. And Red Cap Assassins is a Limp Bizkit cover band. Also, don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes, Apple Cast, or Spotify. 5 stars only.
No, again, we can
5 stars minimum.
Yeah, you could
Minimum.
do 5 star. If you hate us, still give us 5 stars, but then torch us in the comment. Please,
Right,
please
yeah.
do that.
It helps.
I want to plug one of our friends' bands. He works here. His name is Brian. He's in a band called Days in Transit. We've been doing the show for a while. I want to plug his band.
Yeah.
And just wanted to get that in. So
I've
Days in
heard of
Transit.
that band.
Yeah, you can see him on Apple Music, and you can check out his shit.
He played here once, right? Or
I
something?
think so. Yeah, maybe.
Didn't
maybe
they have
not.
like a show here?
No. You're thinking of Bill.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
His band is called Death Tones. DeathTones, and he's got a lot of shit going on right now.
the Deftones?
No, not the Deftones. I didn't say the. Did I say the? I didn't say the.
There is no the.
And you're thinking of Deftones. His band is actually called the Deftones. So yeah, I was being a dick for no reason. Yeah, there's that.
All right.
Sorry.
And of course, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Joe, for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having me back so
Thanks,
fast.
Kevin, for coming in and
Thank
hanging
you.
out.
I still didn't give my emojis.
Oh yeah,
I'm a little
I
upset.
forgot 15 minutes.
Haven't
You have the
haven't
emojis
watched
for
any
it.
of this movie, but
Yeah.
I want to give it 11 ladders for every minute of that scene.
That is outstanding.
Hey, you know what's funny? The amount of time you watch the movie is about the length of the ladder
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps getting longer.
Yeah.
You know
That
what's
makes
really
sense.
funny? We are not organized.
We are not organized.
We missed out on Joe.
We missed out on Kevin.
We were just thinking of ourselves.
I know.
It's all good. No one cares. The
Yeah,
7
no.
people that listen to us, they'll get over it.
So, and then for my plug, I'd like to plug just kind of like that guy said on the email. That heartthrob should definitely come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sounds like. Did you hear the
I hear he's
heartthrob?
pretty good looking.
Oh,
Guys,
Just saying.
guys, I think it's Kevin.
I don't know about that.
Thank you guys again for having me.
Yeah.
Good time.
yeah. Kevin, thank you for coming back. Joe, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me back so fast. I hope I come back again.
Yes,
And Joe, you don't have to write like a strongly worded email to come back on the show. You could just ask nicely and
yeah,
Joe, it helps.
stop trying to. It helps.
you know what it actually did.
It worked. I'm
It
here.
worked.
I was like, now I'm like, man, we gotta get fucking Kevin
works.
back on the show.
It's true. And no, but guys, we thank you so much for coming on and
Of course.
taking time to hang out and do this. with
Love it,
us.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys are both hilarious and fun. And so I just appreciate you guys. And we also appreciate the listeners at home. Thank you guys for tuning in every week.
Appreciate
we
you,
see,
motherfuckers.
like, how it's growing and growing and growing. And so we appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
for telling friends and whatever
Yeah.
is happening.
We're up to
Thank you
14
guys.
people, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this is-
we really.
Ascot Nation.
We had one listener. And then now,
Look at us.
look at us.
I know the Ascot community is
Hell
gonna
yeah.
explode.
Hell yeah.
Can't,
Yeah.
Like again, I just did this just for you guys.
Yeah.
This is so out of my comfort zone to do this for you. That's how much I love you guys.
We love
Vince,
you
I
too.
just want
It
to
was
say
great,
this.
dude.
It, it's not a bad look for you.
It's rock. You're
And
rocking
actually,
it.
I like if you
you're
know
like
that all the
popping right
time
now.
here, your
My
status
tips. You
and
think
your
my
tips,
my tips are going to
Oh
go
my
through the
God,
roof?
dude.
Dude, I didn't order a drink and I'm gonna tip you.
yeah.
Just a tip.
They're like, hey, could you go to Three Jacks and see that guy with the ascot?
Yeah.
He's awesome,
Yep.
right? And it's
Ascot Napoli.
yeah. But guys, thank you so much, and don't forget to check out our email if you want to email us. Don't forget to check out our Facebook. Don't forget to check out our Instagram. All Freakquels. If you type it in Facebook, you'll see a nice purple thing and a little green lettering. That's us. But guys, with that being said, thank you for listening to Goddamn words.